Good evening and welcome to Blue Devil Stadium. Today, the Lawrence Technological University Blue Devils host the Ave Maria University Gyrees. LTU is a proud member of the National Association of Intercollegiate Athletics. The association and its members excel in developing student athletes to fulfill their personal and professional potential. The NAIA boasts more than 250 member institutions and 83,000 competing student athletes with more than 21 conferences. Visit NAIA.org for more information. The Blue Devils are competing in their 6th season as full members of the Mid-States Football Association. The MSFA begins its 31st season as the NAIA-affiliated organization in the Midwest with 14 schools in 5 Midwestern states. The Mid-States Football Conference, in partnership with the NAIA Champion of Character Initiative, takes great pride in the conduct of all its student athletes, coaches, officials, and spectators. We encourage the cheering of your team during today's event, but with the spirit of good fortune kept in mind. Lawrence Technological University, the NAIA, and the MSFA promote good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and fans. We request your cooperation in supporting the student athletes and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, derogatory comments, or other intimidating actions directed at athletes, officials, team representatives, or other fans will not be tolerated or grounds for removal. Hungry? Thirsty? Please visit our concession area located at the main entrance of Blue Devil Stadium, provided by Floodlights. At this time, please welcome the Blue Devil Marching Band to the field. The band is under the direction of Anthony Case, assisted by Assistant Director Brian Coleman, Conducting Director Richard King, Drum Tech Andy Marley, Motorburn Instructor Alex Murray, and Drum Major Ellen Thornton. They're joined by the LTU Cheer and Dance Team, coached by Lauren Alberg, assisted by Graduate Assistant Elena Murray. We now ask alumni, students, and staff to please stand as the LTU Blue Devil Marching Band performs the school alma mater, the LTU hymn.
This Lawrence Tech Athletics broadcast is brought to you by Chevy. Your Metro Detroit Chevy dealers are proud to be the automotive sponsor of LTU Athletics. Chevy drives the Motor City. Henry Ford Sports Medicine treats the whole athlete. To make an appointment, visit henryford.com/athletes. And Michigan First Credit Union. Michigan First offers a full range of financial products and services, including checking accounts, mobile deposits, student loans, and car loans. Visit michiganfirst.com for details.
Happy Labor Day weekend, everybody. College football is in full swing as we welcome you to week number 2 of the Lawrence Tech football season. Last week, a lot to learn. But moving forward, they have a bigger matchup here tonight as they take on the Gyrenes of Ave Maria University. I'm John Stowe, and alongside, I'm joined by former running back at University of Cincinnati, John Goebel. And John, let's just go right into it. Last week, they had an early, huge drive against Indiana Wesleyan, but then things quickly turned for the worse. What do you think they got to change to really make an improvement this week?
Yeah, last week, first game of the season, you're always going to have your bumps and bruises. You're going to make your mistakes. They started out real strong. The running attack is great. I think Lawrence Tech is going to stay with that this week. They got to minimize the mistakes that they made. Turnover battle is going to be key today. And then keeping pace. Last week, Indiana Wesleyan is one of the top teams in the country. So they had a big test. They're having another one today, so we'll see what happens.
And now this week going into Ave Maria, it is important to note that quarterback last week, Caleb Gardner, who started, is going to be out for today. Therefore, freshman Alex Osman is going to get the start here today. And coming out of Fortson High School, throwing to Antonio Gates Jr., who is now at Michigan State. And John, that is a huge target for him. And now you're going to have even more options at wide receivers. We see Osman getting the start here today.
Yeah, so replacing Caleb Gardner, you can't do it. You have to be yourself. So Alex Osman, he's a different type of quarterback. We saw in Caleb Gardner, he can move around. He's a dual threat. He can throw it in the air. He can run it if he needs to. Alex Osman, I wouldn't be surprised if he could still run. Coming from the Dearborn-Fortson program, it's a great high school program there. But he's got an arm, so he's going to be throwing the ball around today. I think the receivers are going to step up a little bit, and we can expect some challenges. He might throw an interception, but it's all about how you respond. So his teammates are going to have to take care of him, look out for him, and I'm sure he's not unused to this big stage.
And this is only the second matchup ever between these two universities. Ave Maria making the long travel from Naples, Florida, 1,342 miles, and they flew in just today. And traveling is Lawrence Tech. They did last year a 1-point game that ended on a blocked field goal attempt. Talk to me about a change of scenery that may benefit Lawrence Tech this time around.
Yeah, Lawrence Tech, they're facing another opponent where they don't have film from last year. That's always a challenge, but this opponent, that flight in from Florida today, that's going to be tough. I'm sure their coaches and their players were hydrating, trying to take care of them, and that film from last year, I'm sure the coaches are watching it. It's going to be a battle. It's going to be a rivalry. I'm excited to see what happens.
And so are we excited. We are totally excited for this matchup in week 2. Bye week is next week, but tonight we've got more college football action. Lawrence Tech and Ave Maria coming up next.
Because every athlete deserves to be treated like a pro. Henry Ford Sports Medicine.
At Michigan First Mortgage, we believe a home is more than just four walls. It's endless possibilities, where relationships are strengthened and next steps are taken. It's a place to call your very own, where you can create new traditions and welcome family with open arms. And at Michigan First, it's at the heart of everything we do. Let us help you discover the possibilities of home.
From our very first breath, curiosity is why we question everything through barrages of whys and how comes. It now needs the tools to will its vision into existence. Tools that will forever allow curiosity to obscure the line between technology and magic. Be curious. Make magic. Lawrence Technological University.
Chevy Silverado has what it takes to do it all. With a TurboMax engine and a 13.4-inch diagonal touchscreen. Any truck can help you make a living. This one helps you build a life. Chevy Silverado.
Or GM employees with a current eligible lease can get this Silverado for $299 a month. Chevy drives the Motor City. Visit ChevyDetroit.com.
Welcome back, everybody, to Blue Devil Stadium as we're set for tonight's matchup between Lawrence Tech and Ave Maria. But now we go down to the field where the third member of our crew joins us, and that is Elizabeth Kuhn. So take it away, Liz.
Into Blue Devil Stadium as Lawrence Tech will be taking on Ave Maria University on a beautiful Saturday night. Thanks so much for joining us today. Now, we talked a little bit earlier about the last time these two teams matched up. Lawrence Tech fell by just 1 point. So when I asked Coach Mitchell what to expect from this year's Ave Maria team, he said that they are really athletic. He said that they bring in a really good team year after year, and he said they're really going to challenge us. But Coach Mitchell said this past week in practice, they really broke things down, worked on the small things, and focused on taking care of the football offensively. He said that they didn't do that last week, dropped the last one to Indiana Wesleyan, but he said he's really excited heading into week 2. John?
Thank you, Liz. And as the coin toss gets underway at center, Ave Maria won the toss, but they have chosen to defer, so they will get the ball to start the second half. And Lawrence Tech, just like last week, gets the opening drive to start. And as we saw last week, John, they had the opening drive and then a quick 3 and out, but then things quickly changed. But going to the Ave Maria side, they've got some new additions to their staff, and one of those in particular that I want to stand out is former NFL wide receiver Tommy Streeter as the brand new tight ends coach.
Yeah, that's a great pickup for the staff. I mean, anytime you have somebody with that type of experience who is that young, I mean, he was just playing, so he can talk to the players on a different level, right? He can meet them where they are. He's a guy out of Florida. I remember watching him play for the Florida Hurricanes. He won a Super Bowl with the Baltimore Ravens, I believe. So, great opportunity for him, great opportunity for the school. It's their first game today. So it'll be a big test, and that'll help them out.
As we mentioned, only the second matchup ever between these two football programs. Lawrence Tech in their 6th year. Ave Maria, their program started back in 2011. And this year around, it was the Gyrenes that made the long haul from Naples, Florida. Just flew in today, fresh, ready to start their season. Lawrence Tech looking for a bounce back. Both these teams have a bye week next week. So both these teams looking to get on the winning side before taking the long break. Daylon DePaula is looking to kick things away. Back deep is Christian Broden and Nick Robinette. Saturday night, college football from Southfield. Robinette backs up, and a bit of miscommunication, and the ball drops. Robinette picks it up, and he's going to be brought down right near the 20. And that's a bit of not quite the start what you wanted right there, John. Yeah, it almost looked like a little miscommunication there. I saw his hand go up in the air, almost like he was going to fair catch it. But, that's communication. Anytime you have two receivers back there, one guy has to yell out, me, you. Not the way you want to start, but hey, got the ball on the 20-yard line. It's a fresh game. And taking the field, getting his first collegiate start of his entire career, it's Alex Osman, as we mentioned, as we do look at the starting offense for Lawrence Tech.
Yeah, we got Mauricio Jenkins. He's a good leader out there at tight end. You're going to see him involved in the pass game today.
First snap is given to C.J. Davidson, and he is going to be going nowhere, and that's a huge loss of yards. The defense sniffed that one out, and that was Willie Jackson that was all over it.
Yeah, their defense is going to have their hands full. C.J. Davidson, career record leader for rushers at Lawrence Tech, but they got him there. It's minus 2 yard gain there. That's tough.
Second down and 12. Osman was shown a lot in the last matchup, really for the throwing purposes. Throwing good dimes all over the place. Did get a few receivers in there. Looking to throw here on second down, and he does have a man right through the hands of Jalen Wallace, and incomplete. So this is now a long third down to start this opening drive.
Yeah, I think they ran a route that was somewhat of a gimme for Alex Osman. That's like a buckle route. He went inside, back outside. He could have stopped his feet, but didn't get out quick enough. But knocking the rust off.
You saw the quick look at the defense right there, in which the Gyrenes will feature a lot. So third down and 12. A little bit of a flinch up front. Osman looking to throw it. Helmet comes off. He plays through it, and a knee down is caught by Rembert. And that's going to be a quick 3 and out to start the afternoon for Lawrence Tech.
Look at his face there. Don't usually get to see the guy's heads, but don't want that to happen. Protect himself, but, that's a quick 3 and out. Good start for Ave Maria.
So Carter Dixon will have to punt this out from his own end zone.
Interesting punt returner here. Pretty dynamic guy.
And that is back there, Roman Newkirk, the Swiss Army knife of this Gyrenes offense. And was special teams player of the year last year within the Sun Conference. Not only was he the punt returner, he was also their kicker as well, and also lined up in the wide receiver slot. Dixon, he got contact, and that's going to put up a flag, so Orange Tech will appear to have possession as Roman Newkirk brings his past midfield. He's going to be brought down, but there was contact on Dixon. And this flag will be coming back, and the Lawrence Tech drive will continue.
Hey, that was a great punt.
So we'll check the flag for the moment, and that was more of an obvious style of contact.
Yeah, it looks like they had a flag, but that if he can punt like that, that was great hang time. Booted it probably about from where he punted it 60 yards out in the air. He was at the goal line. Wow. Yep. That's one way to stop a dynamic returner like that.
Because if you're in the eyes of the punter in your own end zone, you got to get it more out quickly, so it's more of an adrenaline rush. And then they really got onto him right after he got it away.
Yeah, and this has happened to me before. I got a penalty in the Orange Bowl against Virginia Tech for trying to be overly ambitious, trying to get the punter, block the punt, but it didn't work out. And that's a lot of times you can't leave your feet. But that's a great execution by not only the punter, but long snapper. Scary snapping down there.
And from the looks of it, it seems like Avon Mitchell has declined the penalty, and the Gyrenes will get their first look on offense as we look back at the penalty here.
Yep, just bumped into him. I don't even think he needed to do an acting job there. That was definitely a penalty. But they felt like they stopped him, contained Newkirk well enough. Now they got the ball at their own 45. That's Ave Maria at Lawrence Tech's 45.
That was Darius Sawyer, also another wide receiver and another multi-use guy, who was called for the penalty. So we'll get our first look at Andrew Leach, who was the second-string quarterback last year, and in his last 3 starts against some really tough opponents in that Sun Conference, he threw for over 300 yards in each of those games. He's going to hand off to Sawyer, who was called on the penalty, and he's going to gain about 3 to start this drive.
Yeah, I'm excited to see Andrew Leach here out of Vermilion Catholic High School in Louisiana.
And they're going to go quick offense. And against to Sawyer, and he's going to power his way forward for a brand new first down. The chains will move.
Caught him off guard. This is what Indiana Wesleyan did last week. High tempo offense. Look, no messing around. They're already lining up.
This was one issue in which Lawrence Tech dealt with the entire length of the game, right at the start of the second quarter, and that's when things got out of hand. So hopefully Coach Yvonne Mitchell got his defense ready as Leach with a man up, and he's got his man out there. That's Brock Summers, and he's going to be brought down right about the 27, and it's about a gain of 5.
Yeah, great play fake there. I would say you can block 1, you can fake 11. They faked them out, dumped it to their reliable tight end. Good 5-yard gain.
And again, quick offense. They give it to Sawyer. Sawyer trying to work his way up the middle, and he looks to appear to gain about a yard short. So this will be 3rd down and 1.
Yeah, this tempo is fast, and this is their first time seeing them. This is the first time Lawrence Tech is seeing them. They had no film. Again, this is Ave Maria's first game today of the season. 3rd and 1 here. Big down for the defense.
The Gyrenes underneath head coach Joe Patterson going into his 8th season with Ave Maria. 27 years he's been a head coach of football in general, and now Leach think that Darren Van Horn, the second-string quarterback, is going to take it himself, and he does gain the 1st down, and the chains will move. So quickly we see the quarterback variety.
And that's Big Max Plaga there on the tackle out of Hazlitt High School in Michigan. Senior, 6'2", 235. You're going to see him all over the field.
He was definitely featured a lot. Matt Plaga made 5 solo tackles in the last week's game against Indiana Wesleyan. And now Leach back in. They do give it to Sawyer. Got around 1 man, and he makes more broken tackles. The ball came loose, and we will see who has it. It appears that Ave Maria may have gained possession. The officials sorting out the pile. This would be huge for Lawrence Tech to have a turnover, and it appears the Gyrenes were able to fall on it.
Turnovers, that was a big emphasis from Coach Mitchell this week for Lawrence Tech. Got to win the turnover battle. They almost got one there. That's a drive stopper, but looks like they jumped on it just in time. I don't know who that was that caused the fumble. Looked like Michael White was back there early.
So even after the scuffle of the loose ball, offense back out there quickly. Leach, play action, and right off the hands of Joshua Jenkins, and incomplete.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a lot of Joshua Jenkins today. It's a target that he likes, that Leach likes. He was open, but maybe put a little bit too much on it there.
So now 3rd down and 8. Sorry to cut you off there, partner. I mean, early on, we're just trying to keep up with this offensive stride, and this is the 2nd week in which we've seen an offense that's just driven on upbeat tempo, trying to catch the defense off guard.
Yeah, they got to stop it, because this is going to be something that's going to be on film each week. Every team's going to see it.
So now Donald Chester, the other running back, leads again. A little floater pass, and it's off the hands of Sawyer, and it's going to be picked off.
That looks like Xavier McDonald with the pick, being at the right place at the right time. We were just talking about the turnover, how important that is. Getting on the turnover throne there.
So a huge turnover, and that's what LTU needed after the quick 3 and out. A huge turnover, and now the offense will come back out.
Nice play for Xavier McDonald there out of Grand Rapids, Michigan, Godwin High School. Sometimes it's about being in the right place at the right time. Preparation meets opportunity. That's luck.
And another thing between these two teams, it's youth. There's a lot of sophomore and juniors and brand new incoming freshmen. McDonald being one, a redshirt sophomore, and making a huge impact. So now Osmond back in there. Gives it to Davidson. Davidson is going to gain about a yard. Make it 2 yards and set up 2nd and 8. And we saw this early on last year. The running game was there on that opening drive against the Wildcats, but then the running game was quickly stopped once Caleb Gardner, who's not starting this one, it went out. So, and then the running game was dead, and then they had to turn to a throwing game in which they could not establish.
Yeah, you definitely want to get the run game going here for a young quarterback. Let the run set up the pass for him.
Second down at 7. Osman, he finds Wallace. Wallace leans forward, and he is about 2 yards short of the line of game.
That was a good pass. You know, that was a nice, easy, quick 5-yarder. You know, we were talking earlier, you know, it's kind of the Brock Purdy method. You know, give him a couple easy throws where he can make them, and then challenge him a little bit more. But we've got a tight 3rd and 1 here.
3rd down and 1. Trying to advance, and they do catch a man off guard. This is a free play. Osman throws it up for grabs, and it's going to be incomplete, but they had a man way offline there.
That was Big Willie Jackson. You know, you're like a rubber band. As a defensive lineman, you're like a rubber band ready to explode. It's hard not to go offsides, but heads up play by the young quarterback there, knowing that they went offsides. It's a free play. Try to get some yards.
Second time in back-to-back drives in which the Gyrenes were penalized on crucial 3rd down or 4th down plays. Last time it was Sawyer on the punt, and this time it's Jackson. And now this drive will continue. So Lawrence Tech, they've gotten a few breaks early on, but now it's really crucial that they capitalize on these opportunities.
Big time. Got to capitalize on when you get a penalty like that.
Get our first look at Ben Britton. They put him in motion. The throw goes to Britton, and Britton able to cut the corner. Britton is going to be knocked out around the 40-yard line and for a 1st down.
Nice run, and you know what? Great block by Jalen Wallace right there, number 7, the wide receiver. Anytime you got receivers willing to block downfield, it opens up the long run for the running backs. You love that as a running back.
Ben Britton, we mentioned him last week. That was his first game back from a torn ACL injury. Now in his second game, he makes a huge impact with that catch and run.
Yeah, they definitely have a stable of running backs here at LTU. You see a lot of different numbers carrying the ball.
A lot of young guys willing to carry the rock around. A huge variety, and that's what you got to have, fresh legs. Now they give it to C.J. Davidson. Davidson, he's going to be stopped up, and he's going to lose plenty of yards on that one.
Yeah, they were ready for that. Connor Jewell out of Tampa, Florida, number 1 stud linebacker for Ave Maria. You know, they had the advantage of watching film from last week, so they got to see what Lawrence Tech does. They know their tendencies. They can see their different formations, so they're going to be ready.
That was they counted only a loss of 1 on that play, so this will only be 2nd down and 11. 3 receivers stacked up to the left. Davidson in the backfield. They give it to him one more time, trying to cut through. He breaks a multiple assortment of tackles, and he does gain about 4.
Kept those feet pumping, you know, breaking tackles. Set up a more manageable 3rd down for the quarterback. You know, I think sometimes you might question, why'd they run the ball there? You want to get the first. Well, now it's a 3rd and 6, so it's going to be a little bit easier for Alex Osman here.
In the last few 3rd down conversions, 1 led to a punt and 1 led to a penalty and a free play. Osman in trouble, pocket collapse. They're able to dump it off to Davidson, and the ball came loose on the tackle, and it's going to be out of bounds. And this will be 4th down territory, and out will come the punt team.
Wow, that was read beautifully by Nate Hyman, the junior linebacker, number 5 for Ave Maria. You know, I always tell my defensive line, if the offensive line lets you through, expect screen. That was a screen pass there. Great play call. Doesn't always work.
So now Carter Dixon will be called out again to make a 2nd punt. And back deep is Roman Newkirk. And along with them is Darius Sawyer. Last time it was penalized, but then declined. This one's a line drive punt, and it's going to be caught by Newkirk. And he's going to be tripped up, and right around the 35 is where the Gyrenes will take over. And now we send it down to the field with Elizabeth Kuhn. Liz?
C.J. Davidson broke the school rushing record last week. He's sitting at 650 on his career. He broke the previous record of 642. Coach Mitchell said he's really proud of him and looking forward to what he has to bring the rest of the season as a leader on this team. John?
Thank you, Liz. And a lot of great records just to be broken because this is a small program and the sports have just only been starting to come up a lot more. This football program brought back in 2018, my freshman year when I was here. So just to be a part of a growing experience of athletics, that was something very cool about this university. So now the defense taking on Andrew Leach of the Gyrenes. Quickly out, and that one's going to be brought down. A huge, good tackle put on by Christian Broden.
Yep, out of Southfield A&M. He's a leader out there. Coach Marshall runs a great program at Southfield A&M. That was read really well. And you know, we're talking about those records. That's so cool. That's so cool that it's a young program. You can start your name in these record books, and I know it means a lot to him as a senior.
So actually a loss of a yard there. And they're going to hand it off to Donald Chester. Chester was able to break through, and he's going to gain a couple of yards back to set up third down.
Hey, good second effort. Good second effort. You know, sometimes those 2 or 3 yard carries aren't pretty, but it does a difference.
So again, they work quickly now. And third down and 8. Leach working in motion. Running out of space. He's going to dump it off to Newkirk, and that was a good flip pass, and it's going to be a first down for the Gyrenes.
Heads up play, Mr. Leach. I like that. See those two guys right there, number 12, number 8. I expect to call their names a lot today. Just a little touch pass to them. Get the first.
The offense quickly on. They're nearby midfield. Receivers plenty around. 3 to the right and 2 to the left. Empty backfield.
Man coverage.
Bit of slower tempo on this set of downs here. Leach quickly dumps it off, and that's to Joshua Jenkins. And Jenkins is into LTU territory. And while we have a moment, ignite your future at Lawrence Technological University with cutting-edge programs, expert faculty, and limitless opportunities. We're shaping tomorrow's leaders. Join us in a journey of discovery and success. Be curious, make magic. Learn more at ltu.edu. Leach again, throwing quickly on into Jenkins again, and he's going to be brought down around the 39.
Yeah, that's a tough matchup there for number 13, John Webster, defensive back out of Lathrop Village, University Academy. They're playing a lot of man coverage, mano-y-mano, one safety high.
They're going to give it to Chester again. Chester able to break multiple tackles, still on his feet, and it's going to take a trio of Blue Devils to bring him down at the 30.
Donald Chester, 5'10", 214. He's a load to take down. And again, when they're playing man coverage like that, you're only going to see one safety over top, so that leaves a lot of room. Gotta stop him.
Again, they work quickly. They give it to Darius Sawyer. Sawyer trying to cut the corner. Takes a couple of hits, and he's going to be put out of bounds. About a gain of 5.
Hey, they're moving fast. They're pushing the tempo. I see a lot of outside runs trying to spread the field out. Receivers, you see they're past the numbers here at the top of the screen towards Ave Maria's bench. That's very wide for a receiver. I'd expect something tricky to be going on, trying to spread the field out.
Play action, and it's off the hands of Jenkins and incomplete.
Almost had another one.
Second time in this set of territory in which they go to Jenkins in the middle of the field, and just one pass was a bit off.
Yeah, you know, so when we're running man like this, I'm sure Lawrence Tech, they're doing this for a reason. You know, we got, a lot of movement here, but if they can jam them a little bit at the line, it's 3rd and 5.
Chester again, step in the backfield, man in motion. Leach moving to his right, near by the sideline. He's going to take it himself, and he's going to gain the first down. Just heads-up awareness by the quarterback there.
Don't mind if I do. Hey, he's got wheels too. Saying, hey, I can get the first. Give it to me and just get the ball over the marker there.
So inside the red zone, the Gyrenes are for the second time in this early first quarter.
Yeah, they are really using the entire field here. Offensive coordinator Gage Hayes out of Ave Maria. Oh, looks like we got a player down.
We do have a player down, so this will be a quick injury timeout. As both teams head off to their sidelines. With about 3 minutes left to go, and you just look at how the offense is set up for Ave Maria. It's basically the same tempo as we saw last week from Indiana Wesleyan. But I think the whole difference, like you mentioned, is just them using the whole field.
Yeah, they're definitely trying to spread it out. They believe in their athletes. Florida boys, they get to play football year round, and they love their football. They flew up today from Florida to play this game. I'm sure, they're out there, maybe their legs are a little bit tight. They're starting to loosen up. The trainers probably had everything ready, but that's not easy to do. And they don't want to have that flight back to be a sad one. And it's their first game of the season. It's always unpredictable anytime you don't have film on a team.
And one thing I wanted to ask you there, John, because you were through the system, through the college system at University of Cincinnati, when you have a bye week coming up, and which both these teams do, both these teams won't see action for 2 weeks. How important is it for a crucial win before a bye week?
Oh, momentum. There's so much in this game is about momentum. So you always want to come out, go into your bye week with a win, because trust me, practice during a bye week is basically like the off season. You're going full go. They want to see who else they can plug in there, and if you have a couple losses, it's not fun.
That was Matt Plaga who went down, and he was able to walk off underneath his own power, so that's a good sign because he is one of their top defenders out there. So another set of downs, quickly inside the red zone. Leach on play action, and he is going to be brought down, and the ball came loose. Another fumble, and it's going to be taken over.
Great play out there. Is that Chris Broden?
Christian Broden, the Southfield native. He went to high school right down the road from here at Southfield A&T as we take another look right here.
Yep, we got a fake here. We had a corner blitz, and that looks like Devin Isaac. Was he down though?
That's what they're going to discuss, and they're going to say that his knee was down first, and so the Gyrenes catch a break.
Probably the right call there, but it doesn't. We were just talking about momentum. It doesn't change the fact that the ball was on the ground. As a coach, I never, ever, ever want to see the ball on the ground unless it's the other teams. So something else that I saw right there, Devin Isaac, although he had the sack, he wasn't satisfied. He was trying to get the ball out. I love that. That is great. Turnovers. Wins and loses games.
So 2 straight fumbles on 2 straight offensive drives for the Gyrenes. And the last drive ended up in an interception. This drive will continue as Ave Maria catches another break. Another play action. This one's caught by Newkirk, and Newkirk is able to find some room. He cuts the corner, and he's out at the 15. And that gains a lot of yards back.
Wow, I think he could have got more, too. He was already deciding to go out of bounds. He had 2 defenders that actually tripped over each other. So lucked out on that one for Lawrence Tech. But quick passes, getting the ball out quickly. It's 3rd down still, though.
That was a 2nd down play. This brings up 3rd down and 8, so it's still a manageable 3rd down, but you see the setup. You're inside the red zone. You got 8 yards to gain for a new set of downs, or do you go for end zone?
We'll see, right? We'll see. I think that they are, they're comfortable getting these dinks and dunks, but don't know how their kicking game was. I was watching a little bit before the game.
We got a timeout called on the field, and it's going to be by head coach Yvonne Mitchell, and Lawrence Tech's going to talk things over because with the clock winding down, a different style of tempo and a different defensive outlook from compared to last week in the first quarter, in which LTU held Indiana Wesleyan scoreless until the Wildcats were able to in a prime position to score before the half was over. So this is crucial right here, a 3rd down play in which they used the whole field, but yet you never know what to expect because on that offensive setup, they had Michael McGrath set up in a kind of a fullback position.
Yeah, I thought that was a smart timeout. Your question right before he called it to me, what do you think they're going to do? I don't know. And I think Coach Mitchell was thinking the same thing. Let's get them lined up. Let's see what they're going to show us. Use a timeout. Use it wisely. It's a play that is going to make or break this drive and could have a huge impact on the game. So that is a smart time to call a timeout, regroup your team, see what's going on. And by the way, you mentioned Michael McGrath. He's a Michigander out there playing for Ave Maria, number 33.
Out of Beverly Hills, Michigan, went to Everest Collegiate High School out there in Clarkston.
Hopefully he's got some family here. Probably pretty cool for him.
So a crucial third down here for the Gyrenes to continue their drive because these have been some shaky drives. Only 2 drives to start this out, but yet 2 fumble recoveries, and the last drive ended up in an interception in this particular moment. Empty backfield for Leach. He's got targets aplenty. Here comes the side blitz, and it's going to be caught by Jenkins, and he leans forward and appears he has the line to gain, and this will be 1st and goal for Ave Maria.
Gutsy call both ways. So Lawrence Tech went with man coverage. They blitzed their 2 interior linebackers, and the slant route, that's going to be open. Whenever you blitz your linebackers, there's no help underneath. So as a corner, as a defensive back, you want to force your man outside if possible.
McGrath back in. Donald Chester in the backfield as well. They do give it to Chester, and Chester is going to lean forward and gain about 5.
Good tackle. Could have got, that's all you can do right there. Big boys got to step up here. Big number 99, Jordan Lewis. Goal line defense. Still got the spread formation though. They're not going under center. I don't see a fullback doing I formation. This is new age football, guys.
3 receivers stacked up to the right. Chester again in the backfield. They put Sawyer in motion, and they are going to go in motion. Leach. He's going to miss a tackle there. He's got to throw it to the end zone. It was batted down, and that was Christian Broden who really knocked it away.
That was a great play. Something I'm noticing, they want Leach to be in space. They like him throwing the ball on the run, getting out of the pocket, doing a lot of rollouts there. He tried throwing that little dump again over a defender, but they got him this time. 39 seconds to go in the quarter.
And check that. That was actually Keon Sanders. Thomas Lewis, the defensive back. So now crucial 3rd down and goal. Leach on play action, throws it into the end zone, and he's got his man in Roman Newkirk. And the Gyrenes strike first with 35 seconds remaining in the first.
That looked like a great play call there. Let's see the routes that they had. Little pass, bro. Good protection. Hey, put it in the right spot. Thread the needle. Get it to your playmaker. That's touchdown number 1 of the year for a very dynamic duo.
And DePaula puts up the extra point. So 2 long drives that took up a chunk of the clock for Ave Maria, and they've gotten a few breaks. 2 fumble recoveries really helped out, and this time they were able to convert inside the red zone.
Yeah, it wasn't a terrible job that the defense did. Sometimes they're going to score, right? Ave Maria, that's their game. They want to score as many points as possible. But now Lawrence Tech, let's see how they answer. Let's see how they respond. Last week they were down 7-0 at the end of the first quarter. Did he miss the extra point?
It appears that he was off to the right, so they did take away the extra point.
Okay.
Very deceiving from our angle up here. So.
Yeah, that could hurt them in the end. We'll see what happens. Got to get the running game going and get Alex Osman throwing the ball around.
So DePaula, who missed the extra point, is going to kick things off again. And again, so back there we see for the first time Devon Bentley, who scored the lone touchdown last week for Lawrence Tech, and Nick Robinette.
Speed, a lot of speed out there returning this.
This is a line drive kick. This time better communication. Bentley backed up to make the catch. Bentley trying to cut around. Bentley found a corner, and he's going to be brought down right at the 35. A good, strong return by Devon Bentley to start this opening drive, and right before Lawrence Tech starts his opening drive. If you're curious about a career in engineering, your journey begins at the College of Engineering at Lawrence Technological University. LTU graduates have been making magic for nearly a century. 5 departments, infinite opportunities. Visit ltu.edu today. Be curious, make magic.
Hey, good start, good field position here, and look who's coming out at quarterback.
This is Ricardo Marble Jr. 6'2", 195. He's a graduate student, and he's also a Detroit native, and look at where he's been all over the place. Central State and Bowling Green, and now he's coming out here. His first chance. Pocket nearly collapsed around, and he gets tripped up, and that's a huge tackle for loss.
Tristan Schultz got him by the shoestring. Yeah, good opportunity here for Ricardo Marble, De La Salle High School, Bowling Green, and you know, it's interesting how they're going to have to play this out as coaches. You know, their starter, as we talked about earlier, Caleb Gardner, he's out today. He's more of a dual threat quarterback. I know Alex Osman likes to sit in the pocket and throw it. We'll see how Ricardo Marble does this.
And as the first quarter comes to an end, 6-0 the Gyrenes have going, and we'll be right back for the second quarter right here on the Lawrence Tech Sports Network.
Because every athlete deserves to be treated like a pro. Henry Ford Sports Medicine.
From our very first breath, curiosity is why we question everything. Through barrages of whys and how comes, it now needs the tools to will its vision into existence. Tools that allow curiosity to blur the line between technology and magic. Be curious. Make magic. The College of Engineering at Lawrence Technological University.
Back here for the start of the second quarter inside Blue Devil Stadium on a beautiful night here in Southfield. A lot of cloud covered, but barely any wind in the air, no rain in the forecast. Beautiful night for college football. So third offensive drive for Lawrence Tech. Marble Jr., he's going to be brought up, and he's going to be brought down immediately. Another tackle for loss. And that is Luke Sands. And we were looking forward to watching him. He's also a Michigan guy from Rochester Hills and went to Brother Rice.
Brother Rice Warrior. Got one over here, too. Wow, that's a great play. Getting his name called. Hopefully he has some fans out here.
So quickly, a long third down here. 17 for Marble Jr. and Blue Devils to try to gain. On the slant route, there's Jaden Renberg, but he's going to be brought down. Helmet comes off, and he's going to be brought down back at the 35. And this is going to be another 3 and out.
A lot of helmets falling off here. Big hits. Fresh legs over there on Ave Maria. They haven't played a game yet, so that was Solomon Davis, cornerback number 25 with the tackle.
So on for the third time is Carter Dixon. And back deep, the Swiss Army knife is Roman Newkirk.
Yeah, they've been putting it to him. We'll see what happens if they keep it up. He hasn't done much yet, but dynamic player.
And there was Sawyer, who nearly got a piece of it. Line drive, Ryan Newkirk, and he drops it on the muff, but he's able to corral it right at the 27. And that's where the Gyrenes will take over. So a near block as they were coming in hard right at Dixon, but able to get it away without contact right to Newkirk, and he's able to fall on it.
Yeah, they must think that they have something there, Ave Maria, because they going after the punt again, especially after the flag the first time. A lot of times coaches will say, hey guys, there's a flag, let's not go after the block, but they've gone after it each time. So they must have seen something on film that they're trying to take advantage of. But they get the ball here again. Lawrence Tech's defense coming out. See what we got. We got some rotators in here.
Like we mentioned, 2 long offensive drives for Ave Maria, and in result of that, seven first downs to compare to the Lawrence Tech 2. Lawrence Tech has yet to get the football into Gyrene territory. And now Leach, play action, trying to go to his man. That's Allen for him, and he's going to be brought down, but he gains the first down. And for him is an interesting story. He's from Miami, but he spent 1 year at Madonna, right nearby in Livonia, and then decided to go back to his home state of Florida and attend Ave Maria.
So he's familiar with Lawrence Tech then. He's familiar with the area.
If it's one thing that anybody from Southfield knows, is that the Madonna-Lawrence Tech matchup is always a good one to watch. Leach again on first down. He finds Allen for him again. And for him deep within Blue Devil territory at the 40 rather.
Yeah, they're setting up, taking advantage of the man coverage. Travis Kelsey does a great job of this. It's called option routes. You see what coverage your defense is in, and then just get to the open spot.
Again, moving with tempo. Play action again. Leach going deep. He's got Jenkins. And good work downfield as the pass goes out of bounds.
That's a keep you honest play. Throw it deep. Keep the defense honest. They want their defensive backs on their heels because that helps them with their slant passes that they're doing really successfully. So they pepper in the deep throws. Make sure that they're on their heels.
Great coverage there by John Webster, junior defensive back. So now 2nd down and 10. They stack up the line this time. They give it to Chester. He breaks one tackle, but he's going to be brought down deep within the backfield. And all over, that was Devin Isaac.
They got back there fast. I thought maybe that was a draw. But they had notice on that play, Ave Maria changed it up. Very tight. They moved their receivers in. So let's see if that's a tendency. Let's see if they're trying to show Lawrence Tech a different look in the second quarter to confuse them.
Sylvester Jones was also in the mix as well, another top leader of the defense. And now they've pushed the Gyrenes back to a 3rd down and 15 nearby midfield. A little bit of miscommunication. And play action again. Leach, pocket collapsing around him, and he's going to be brought down. And this is going to bring out the punt team. So,
great play. That's 41, Gamal Augustine out of Florida, St. Thomas Aquinas High School. Gotta love that. Big, long, lanky defensive end, number 41, forcing the punt. And something I want you guys to notice, Ave Maria, their players looked at the sideline before every play. That's because they're looking for, there's probably 1 or 2 guys who are doing a sign language play. That's where they're getting their offense. So no huddle offense, get the play and run it. A lot of communication required.
Christian Roden back deep.
Look at the punter.
And it's going to be Roman Newkirk to try to punt this away. And it appears we have a flag on the play, and it looks to be a delay of game. And that was probably taken on purpose because in this particular scenario, you need to give your kicker a little more room for error.
Yeah, a punt can be one of the most dangerous plays in football. You can win games if you can pin the other team back. So Lawrence Tech is doing a big change here too. Looks like they may have had defensive safe out there. Now they have their punt return unit in. We're also changing punters. Maybe they were doing a fake. That was probably smart by Lawrence Tech. They had their defense out there because of the threat you have when you have a wide receiver punting the ball.
And now this is David Britt, who's going to send it to Jaden Rembert, back deep. High spiraling kick. Rembert's going to let it fall, and it's going to bounce out of bounds for a touchback. So this time a better start, and Lawrence Tech will take over at the 20.
Yeah, we saw a bit of the chess match there between coaches. Hey, if we're going to punt the ball on your side of the field, we're going to put our Swiss Army knife back there to punt it, because guess what? Now you have to keep your defense out there. That's their legs that's getting tired. That's more sweat that they're having. That's less time on the sidelines, even if you do punt it. So I love seeing the coaches battle it out there.
And it will be Ricardo Marble Jr. to start off this second drive. So it almost seems like they're going to go quarterback, we saw Alex Osmond in the first, and then Marble Jr. came out towards the tail end, so we might see him throughout the length of this quarter, and then we might go back and forth again in the second half.
Yeah, don't abandon the run game. We're only down by 6, 11 minutes to go in the quarter.
Play action. Marble Jr. goes all the way out to the far side. That's Nick Robinette, and he gains about 8.
Ooh, he had Mauricio down there, pretty open, tight end number 4, Mauricio Jenkins. But you know what? That play was set up by a tremendous fake. Again, kids out there, if you're listening, you can fake out 11. You can only block 1. Come on, running backs, give us a good fake.
Now 2 receivers down to the left. 3rd down and 3. And ball is going to be knocked down. And this will be set up for 3rd down.
Yeah, Nate Hyman, he's all over the place. They got some experienced linebackers, senior, graduate senior, junior. And notice I think their helmets are camouflage. I was having a hard time seeing them. I was wondering why, but it's that camo.
They kept that particular look for a good amount of years down there in Naples, Florida. So a crucial 3rd down to keep this drive going after a good defensive stop within their own territory last time around.
Man coverage.
Pass down low, and that's going to be caught by Devon Bentley. Bentley down the sideline. Bentley avoids the tackle, and Bentley takes it to the house.
Great speed right there. If we see on that play, they had man coverage, and they got him. You'll see it right here. Slip the running back out. Ooh, threw it right over his head. That's very tough route to cover for a linebacker. Anytime you have man coverage and you can slip the running back out, you have against a linebacker who has to respect the run for the quarterback. Hey, they got him on that one. That was well-executed play.
About an 80-yard play on that one, and a huge one.
Needed that.
And the extra point is through, so LTU playing from behind this time around. They're able to call back. What a move and what a run by Devon Bentley, who caught the long touchdown last week. This time he does it again in a crucial spot where his team was trailing.
Yeah, and that's got to do a lot for Ricardo Marble Jr. there. You know, to be able to throw the ball, that was a nice touch. Threw it downfield, got it off his chest. Hey, now they're up 7-6. It's a ball game.
A lot closer margin than where they were at, especially even with the high temp offense that Ave Maria has featured. Like, they're quick to get up there, but I think we have also seen that the Gyrenes, they're slowing things down when they're getting set.
Yeah, you know, it was working. Let's not forget, Coach Mitchell, he came here as a D coordinator, so he's a defensive-minded guy. I'm sure throughout practice this week, they were going over film from last week. They said, we are not getting burned by this urgency offense. Okay, we got to get lined up. Don't lose our cool when we're huffing and puffing. Rotate quickly. It's working out so far. Still have 10 minutes to go in this quarter, but it's a good ball game. Great answer.
But never count out the creativity of head coach Joe Patterson for Ave Maria. As mentioned, this is his 27th season as a football coach, and when he was coaching back in high school, he's coached 84 players that have gone to play Division I football at some of the best colleges across the nation. So Dixon puts this one deep, and that's going to be way out for a touchback.
Good kick. Yeah, and you're talking about Coach Patterson. He has a tight crew there. He's watching some videos on them before the game, and you know, they really take the family to heart. Anytime you have to travel the way that they do, it's a big deal. You got a lot of guys leaving home, and you got to come together, be on the same page. And you know, he has a great program put together. Kudos to what they've done down there in Florida.
Especially so much, and we talked about this earlier. Back in 2016, that team, underneath his leadership, went 0-10. And then a year later, they put brand new artificial turf down on their football field, and then a year after that, brand new permanent lighting. Ave Maria did not play a single night game until 2018. And during that 2018 season, that team won the league championship, and Coach Patterson was named the Coach of the Year. So he has been able to turn things around for this program, the Gyrenes. So Leach and Andrew Leach and the Gyrenes at the 25 finds himself trailing. Looking to throw, and that was way over the head of Jenkins. A little bit of confusion on the route right there.
Yeah, you know, anytime you run a no-huddle offense, I can speak from experience. It's not easy, especially as you get tired. You're looking at the sidelines. If you can't find the coach, you know, you got to communicate with everybody. We got a good crowd here making it loud. I think there was a little bit of miscommunication there.
A very good sized amount of crowd compared to the whiteout crowd we had last weekend, especially on a Labor Day weekend when everybody's traveling, doing things with their family. A good sellout here early on. On a slant, there's Newkirk again, and he's going to go out of bounds about 2 yards short of the mark to gain.
Yeah, I wonder if he knew where the first down marker was there, because it looks like he may not have gotten it, but I like what they're doing there. Okay, so he had a bad throw the last time. Let's get it in our athletes' hands early. Let him run. Taking Andrew Leach off the field now.
Darren Van Horn's going to come in. We saw this in their opening drive, which third down and short, they're going to bring in Darren Van Horn, a sophomore out of Lexington, Kentucky, and this would be a possible quarterback run play. Empty backfield for Van Horn. He's going to take it down and run. He makes a couple defenders miss, and he's going to be about short, and they will mark him a bit short.
Devin Isaac, number 23, he has been all over the place today. 6'3" junior out of West Bloomfield. You know, I'm sure he played for Coach Bellamy. Great program over there in West Bloomfield. That's a great tackle. Fourth down.
And the offense remains on there within their own territory. Still a lot of time left within the second quarter, but Joe Patterson's going to roll the dice. They went for fourth down on 7 different occurrences, and now we're going to have a timeout called here. And it will be by Joe Patterson. As mentioned, in the last matchup between Lawrence Tech and Ave Maria, they went for it on fourth down 7 different times and converted 5.
Wow. Hey, you got to have guts, but it's also strategic. What I'm loving right now is this chess match between the coaches. You know, anytime you got fourth down and 1, on your own, in your own territory down here, that's very risky. Well, you know what's not risky is going on 2, trying to get them to go off sides. So you saw Lawrence Tech, if they snap the ball and they go for it on 4th and 1, they better be ready, because it's going to be a quick play. But at the same time, you have to have enough patience to not go off sides. It's hard to do. Easier said than done as a coach. You always ask your guys not to go off sides, but.
And right before we end this timeout, join us on campus September 9th for the Fall Semester Grand Prix hosted by the Blue Devil Motorsports. The free event will take place from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. There will be a DJ and food trucks on location. For more information, check out ltu.edu/motorsports.
Hey, I'd say they're sending out their punt unit, but you never know whenever you got
Roman Newkirk back there. As we mentioned, he was the special teams player of the year down there in the Sun Conference. And not to take away anything from Andrew Leach, he was freshman of the year last year.
That's going to be a long career there for their opponents.
Christian Broden back deep, and Newkirk will send it away. Almost got a hand on it, and a fair catch right at the 25. So that's where LTU is going to take over. So a good punt by Newkirk, able to put it within a touchback scenario.
You know, honestly, if you have a punter who's an athlete like that, I was actually just listening to College Game Day today. They were talking about punters. In the NFL, a lot of these guys, they were high school quarterbacks. You know, it's not like they're just, all they do is punt or whatever. Hey, these guys are athletes. He could have a chance at the next level there. And I noticed that they had only 2 guys on the right side of the line. I think they're a little gamesmanship there, trying to test out Lawrence Tech.
So Ricardo Marble Jr. back out there along with C.J. Davidson. Lawrence Tech with an impressive drive to take the lead. And quickly out there, that's Jaden Rembert, and he's going to be trying to stay on his feet. He's going to be brought down and actually gained a yard. So avoiding disaster, Rembert was able to make the best out of that scenario.
Yeah, strong safety number 35, Shane O'Brien. He came, gave him a lick, but he stayed on his feet. Got 2 yards. Let's see if they can build on what they started last drive.
It was in this territory in which the big throw to Devon Bentley happened, and then Bentley took it all the way. So running backs have plenty on both sides of Marble Jr. 2 receivers stacked up to the left. And now it's dropped by Ricardo Marble, and he's going to try to stay on his feet, but he's going to be brought down in the backfield. And that was Solomon Davis.
It looked like that was maybe a muff snap there. Anytime you do shotgun, there's always a risk. I remember, I played at Cincinnati. My roommate was Jason Kelsey. He's gone on to play quite a few years in the NFL. He was a walk-on linebacker that they moved to center, and boy, oh boy, did he have a hard time learning how to snap. It's not easy, especially when you have a 300-pounder you got to block right away. Big Ryan Barrows out of Chelsea, number 71, is the center.
So a loss of 3 in that play, another low snap on play action. In the middle of the field, there's Jalen Wallace, and a first down for Lawrence Tech.
Good ball. Good ball. That was just flicked it with his wrist. Put a little sauce on there. Got him over the middle. Anytime you're on the zone, if you can get a guy going across and just hit him in the pocket, that's perfect. Good throw, good catch.
A crucial third down play there and converted. This is a good sign out of Marble Jr. As we mentioned, he's been here for a long time as a graduate student, and for him to get the playing time like this in a crucial spot where you have your leading quarterback out, you put your second string in, and you come in as part of the chain as they give this one to Ben Britton, and he's going to power his way forward to gain about 4 yards.
Yeah, taking advantage of next man in. Anytime, all of these guys are talented. Every guy on this field, if you can play beyond high school, you have talent. We got another injury down here.
And that's Bronson Sua, the right guard, who's down right now. So second injury for Lawrence Tech. Earlier was Matt Plaga on the defensive side. He's been able to come back and join. And now down is Sua.
Yeah, you never like to see that. Offensive line sometimes, a lot of people moving, a lot of people falling down. Let's hope it's not a knee. Bronson Sua out of Hawaii, junior. Big guy, 300 pounds.
325 to be exact, at a 6'2 frame.
Yeah, so you see down here, Lawrence Tech, they're talking. I like what I've seen so far from Ricardo Marble. He's been patient. Things haven't gone their way every time, but he's not a freshman. He has experience. He's been on a lot of different teams. We see Bronson Sua getting up here.
A good sign right there. So nothing appears worse for the wear. But like you said, when you have guys that have experience since the beginning of the program, and not so much maybe at the beginning, but also through the changes, whether it's head coaches, and you could probably speak from experience, when there's a difference of environment within a brand, within a team, how does that really change your mentality?
Yeah, each of these quarterbacks bring a little something different to the table. But you got to prepare as if you're the starter all the time. And so it looks like that's what Ricardo's been doing. And it's a plug and play. So hopefully the offense doesn't change too much. Got a new guard in here.
Play action. Marble Jr., he's got a man wide open. Nick Robinette, and it goes right through his hands. And Robinette would definitely want to have that one back. It was wide open, right in his breadbasket, and Robinette could not haul it in.
Hey, he's a sure-handed receiver. Nick Robinette, he's been here for a while. That's uncharacteristic of him. I think he wasn't ready for it to be such a perfect pass, but that was set up by, again, a great play action. Really sold it there.
So now 3rd down and 6. It was on a 3rd down play in which the touchdown to Devon Bentley happened. 3 receivers towards the right. Marble Goes to the sideline for Renberg, and it goes through his hands as well. And now it's 4th down. So 2 drop passes have bring out the punt team.
That's tough on a backup quarterback. You know, receivers really got to step up whenever you have a rotation of quarterbacks in there. Make the tough catches. Sometimes it's funny with the receivers. Sometimes you can catch the really difficult ones, and then the easy ones you drop. You know, so I'm sure they want those back, but good signs out of the queue there. Love that. That was patient.
And this has definitely been a better showing out of the offensive line. Definitely not making the quarterback scramble that much. Movement up front, and this will be going against Lawrence Tech, and it was Ben Britton on the far side who got a little bit too anxious. So now this will be an even longer punt situation for Carter Dixon.
Yeah, you know, and punting it to Newkirk, it's always a challenge. It's always a risk. You know, so they've been doing a good job. They've been covering down the field. But we'll see. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if they start punting away from him. But they've contained him so far.
And we got more movement up front, and again they blow the play dead, and it's going to be another jump.
Coach Mitchell can't like that.
So 2 back-to-back penalties have set up even a longer 4th down punt for Dixon. And to give you an idea how dangerous Roman Newkirk is, he set the Ave Maria record for punt return yards with 127 and returned 11 kickoffs for 246 yards last year.
That's dangerous. That is dangerous.
No matter how the ball is coming to him, Newkirk is always managing to find the yards. And again, more movement, a lot of miscommunication between the Blue Devils on this 4th down punt.
I don't think I've seen that before. 3 offsides in a row. Wondering if it's a center, if it's a long snapper thing. They might have somebody else in there. Maybe, you know, I'm not sure, because on punt, they're doing a spread formation punt. You could always look in, look at the ball. A lot of times teams don't have a cadence where they say down, set. They just snap it when they're ready. So,
and this has really got to make Coach Yvonne Mitchell not very happy, because he also came from a short stint of special teams. And that one was nearly knocked away. That one's way up there. And Newkirk is going to make the fair catch around the 43-yard line. So 3 straight penalties put on by the Blue Devils to end that sequence. And now we go down to the field with Elizabeth Kuhn. Liz?
Caleb Gardner is obviously out for this one, but he's been nothing but supportive on the sidelines as these young quarterbacks come off the field. He's the first one up to them, hyping them up, supporting them, helping them in any way possible. He's nothing but positivity down here on the sidelines. Guys?
Thank you, Liz. And that's all you can ever ask for. When you got injured guys, especially one of your leaders and guys who have been there for a while, you just need that backup. And just on there, 3 consecutive flags on a 4th down punt. You just got to tell you guys just to wipe that away. As the Gyrenes and Donald Chester is going to bring this one up, but he's going to be stuffed up. And he's going to be losing a couple of yards.
Man, sea of blue. This defense has been, you know, they've really stepped it up. I mean, that D-line is penetrating the offensive line. And again, we're seeing quick tempo. They're not slowing down, but yeah, I love hearing that out of Caleb Gardner, that he's being a leader on the sidelines.
Play action. Leach goes to the sideline. He gets Jenkins, and a good open field tackle put on right there. And that was Andrew Perkins, the redshirt senior.
Yeah, I think it looked like he would have had the ball. It would have been about an 8-yard gain, but stopped him back. Now it's 3rd and 7 here. Not slowing down.
Blue Devil defense has come with some good stops, especially in this particular territory, backing up into their own spots. Again, play action. Andrew Leach moving to his left near the sideline, and he's going to throw it out of bounds as Dante Bannon was all over him. The leader of the defense right there and another captain. Bannon's been a part of this program for a long time, and he just shows it right there as he's all over Andrew Leach.
Yeah, you know, we mentioned some Michigan players on Ave Maria, and this is a Florida player on Lawrence Tech. Transferred in from Northwood. probably brought him to Michigan, but he is a sack specialist. That's what I would call him.
So now a 3-and-out. That was a great stop by the defense after all the fiascos of the 4th down punt. Now Newkirk, he's able to get that one away, and this is a pretty good kick. Rembert is going to make the fair catch right about the 13-yard line.
Yeah, he got that one off. They were close to blocking it. And tell you what, the way that the ball went off his foot, that was a hard one to catch. It was almost like a knuckleball in the air.
And punting is becoming a very true art form, especially in the NFL. And the kickers will tell you what type is coming because you got your top spin, the over and under, to try to get the correct bounce on land.
Yeah, I played with Kevin Huber, played a long time for the Cincinnati Bengals, and then my buddy Pat O'Donnell, heard he just got cut by the Packers, but these guys, I mean, helped us win some ball games, pinning the other team deep.
So just under 5 minutes, 4:14 to be exact. Ricardo Marble Jr. has led some pretty good, impressive drives and throws some pretty good passes the last two. They're going to give it to C.J. Davidson, and Davidson is going to try and move his way forward. And his correction, that is Devon Bentley who gets that opening handoff, and he's going to gain about 4 yards.
Yeah, they've been doing well with the play-action pass, but you got to keep them honest by actually giving the running back the ball as they are a running team. I mean, I think that's their identity. So you're changing up quarterbacks, doing with what is working, but keep the ball on the ground when you need to.
Two running back options. They send a man in motion. That's Caleb Tabbert, and they're going to give it to him on the far side. Tabbert, he's going to get around one man. He makes another man miss, and he's going to power his way forward and get a first down.
Nice play out of Oxford, Michigan, Oxford High School. Transferred in from Eastern Michigan. That's got to be fun for him. Getting the first down, tough yardage. Once again, another running back. Fresh, keeping their legs fresh. This is impressive. 3 minutes to go.
They keep in Bentley. They're going to send Tabbert to the side. Two receivers down to the left. Marble trying to find his way. It was intended for Logan Tackett, but it was way over his head and into a lot of sea of gyrenes, but it fell incomplete.
Yeah, big Logan Tackett. He's quarterback's best friend there, 6'6". You know, I think there may have been miscommunication. He thought there was somebody coming over top of him and maybe the ball was going to someone else, but got to be selfish. Get that ball if it's to you.
So 2nd down and 10 from the 24. And that one goes right off the hand of Nick Robinette. Was well covered.
Yeah, I think that was a rushed pass because he had some pressure on him.
Luis Nunez from Land Lakes, Florida, was all over it.
Land Lakes, what a great name for a town. Yeah, so he, don't forget, guys, he's had some great plays, Ricardo Marble, but he is not the starter typically. So I think they're going to try to get some pressure on him, and big 3rd down here.
They've been able to convert on some huge 3rd down plays. Trying to look for another bit of a juggle on the snap. The pocket nearly collapsed, and he's going to be brought down into the backfield. A sack put on by Tristan Schultz of Oak Lawn, Illinois.
Oak Lawn, Illinois. That was a great tackle. Got him by the foot. And that was a big play because now there's 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go. Ave Maria's getting the ball back, and we know that they go fast. This is a lot of time for them.
So now Dixon again has been called upon.
Be careful of the block.
Newkirk and Sawyer are back deep. Able to get this one off. Newkirk comes in, and he makes the fair catch just about the 37-yard line.
That was a really good punt. I mean, he got some. That was some hang time there.
2:04 remaining in this first half of what's been a pretty good, intense back-and-forth game between these two defenses, per se.
Yeah, I'm liking it so far. They started out going fast, both teams, and now we got evenly matched. Like I said, I think we're seeing a chess match between the coaches. But hey, 2 minutes to go. That is a lot of time for this offense,
especially in the rate and speed in which they've been going. It may have taken up a lot of clock within the first quarter, but they've been able to use it wisely. And is trying to set it up, and they do have a flag. A little bit too many men on the field, but Jenkins is going to keep on running with it, and he goes out of bounds. They were trying to get another defender off the field, but could not get him off in time.
It looked like a late substitution there. Smart play by Andrew Liege. Got the ball snapped, so he had a free play. Got the first down anyway.
That was Brady Masterson who was trying to sprint off the field. Redshirt freshman linebacker.
And in college football, there's over 100 guys on the team. It's only their second game. These are things that are you got to get ironed out. Coach was saying, hey, let's eliminate the stupid penalties. Let's be smart. And sometimes it happens. You have to win by more than the refs have impact or your penalties. And Ave Maria is ready to go.
They are ready to go. The officials have yet to make the official call, and here it is. And there's the legal substitution. They've already brought the ball to the mark, and Ave Maria declined the penalty because they already gained the first down.
Yeah, folks at home. So you see the ref standing over the ball. The ref has to blow the whistle. Ave Maria cannot touch the ball or snap the ball until the official blows the whistle, gets away from it. But this is something these high-tempo offenses love. They want them to be set up as they're blowing the whistle.
They're going to give it to Sawyer, and Sawyer's able to cut around the corner, and a good chop block put on there by Perkins to knock him down right about the mark to gain.
Yeah, it looked like number 21, Derek Augers, out of Ypsilanti Bellevue. He got sucked in. I think he was thinking it was going to be a pass.
And again, they go quick, and it's 2nd down and 1. This is going to be a pass play here. Liege looking deep, and it's going to be way over the head of Joshua Jenkins. So on a 2nd and 1 play, they were going for it all there.
Yeah, yep, they're not messing around. High points. They want to score as many points as possible, as quickly as possible. And again, keeping them honest. They've only used, 30 seconds off the clock?
Yeah, that sets down now 3rd down and 1. So do you think they're still going to go for it all here rather than just take the yard and continue the drive with a fresh set of downs?
I know they have 2 timeouts. I think.
Moving around, tight end and the running back. They give it to Donald Chester, and Chester's got the 1st down, and he's got space, and he's going to be brought down around the 23. And again, here comes the high-tempo offense. Quickly up to the spot.
Yeah, Chester got up. He's not celebrating. He's trying to get the ball to the ref so they can snap another play off.
Avon Mitchell, and he's going to call a timeout. He knew his defense was not going to be set up in time, so he quickly called all over it.
I love that. That is so unselfish by Ave Maria. When you can get the defense on their heels, when you're calling a play before they can substitute, it is extremely tiring to be on defensive line. You're in a fight every single play, and so they want to rotate. They want to rotate their guys, but you give them no time to do that, no time to get a play in or get a scheme and get the ball off.
Another thing to bring up, because this might be an interesting game of attack. Ave Maria gets the kickoff to start the second half. So if you still got even over a minute left, some might say you might let them intentionally score so that way you have plenty of time to try to set up and get back in. And we've seen that a few times, especially with the NFL or in college. What are your thoughts on that?
I think I don't know if Lawrence Tech would want to do that just because they haven't been scoring quickly. If they were able to score really quickly like Ave Maria has shown, then that might be an option. But hey, I'm a guy. I never want to let the other team score. But again, yeah. Hey, if they can get points on the board here, even if it's 3, and then they receive the ball in the second half, that's how the score starts adding up on you quickly, and before you know it, you're down by a lot. So we're still up by 1 at Lawrence Tech.
But right now, the Gyrenes have put themselves in pretty good position to end this drive with points, because they are definitely within a field goal range. But Andrew Leach, knowing him, he wants to go full on in the end zone. They're going to give it to Chester, and Chester's going to power his way, and he's going to get the first down.
They call a timeout.
And nope, no timeout called, but they had to wait to move the chains. It looked like the official was going to pull it dead, but Chester is going to be brought down in the backfield. What a play by Donald Dillon.
Hey, that was heads up too, because they are doing it again. They're trying to snap the ball before the defense is set.
The chains did not fully set yet, and then the umpire was about to run in to stop the play from happening, but they already snapped it.
I love it, Coach Patterson. This is fast.
So now 2nd down and 13. 45 seconds remaining, and they're going to throw a flag.
Yeah, it looked like number 78, is it Tobias Senso? Apologize if I'm pronouncing that incorrect, but, you know, Jordan Lewis did a smart job right there. He saw him go offsides. Refs didn't call the play, so he just tapped him on the shoulder, you know. Sometimes you're the ones that see it first as a defensive lineman, but that gives them a little bit of breathing room. And I think that last play, that hurry-up play actually, you know, might have come back to bite them, because now it's 2nd down. It's not 2nd and goal, but 43 seconds on the clock and 2 timeouts.
So now 2nd down and 18. But if you're still Andrew Leach and the Gyrenes, do you still try to go for it all or try to concede for the yards? Because the 1st down marker is right at the 2-yard line. And now there is a timeout called on the field. And it appears to be called by Joe Patterson and company.
So yeah, this will be interesting. Let's see what they do. You know, you want to be smart. Obviously, if they can wind the clock down so that there's no chance for Lawrence Tech to get the ball back, that's always a nice place to be in. Right now, you got maybe a couple chances, go for it. I think they do. And then, you know, worst case scenario for them, you know, throw the ball out of bounds, don't force it, and we can kick a field goal.
And just to let you guys know what's coming up, a quick word from Elizabeth Coons with Avant Mitchell coming up, and then the Blue Devil Marching Band will make their halftime performance, and a lot more, especially second half action, coming your way. So stick around for the halftime show.
Yeah, it's a great turnout here. You know, I was surprised Ave Maria had a tailgate. A lot of people here. That is awesome. This is a beautiful night for football, John.
On a Labor Day weekend, and we're starting out the fall, and on a beautiful night. We've had some great weather the last 2 weeks.
Got the Jazz Fest here in Detroit, Arts, Beats, and Eats. A lot of fun stuff to do, so thank you all for listening to Lawrence Tech football.
Caleb Gardner is going up and down that sideline, trying to cheer on his teammates, get the bench involved. Leach floats it up. He's got a man in there, and it's caught by Jenkins for the touchdown. There's a flag in the play, but it's going to fully count.
That was beautiful. That's a harder catch to catch for than it looks. That they must play a lot of catch together. You know, that was a beautiful ball. What's the call here?
I think they're going to get Donald Dillon for the hold.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what is the call. They got a hold on Jenkins right before he was powering his way into the end zone.
Yeah,
so now Ave Maria, as we look at this other play, and we'll see the penalty.
Yeah, you know, it looked like man coverage again. No safeties over top, so let's just put it where there's no other defender, where nobody else can catch it. That was a good play and beautiful ball.
Extra point was good by DePaul. So 13-7 with 38 seconds left to go. So if you're on the kickoff side of everything, the special teams, do you hit it back deep and still try to give a chance for either Christian Brody, Devon Bentley, or a variety of running backs a chance to try to return this ball?
Hey, that's a $1 million question right now, but I think that you try to pin them deep. I haven't seen anything yet where they have any reason to be nervous. You know, they had a bit of miscommunication down there in the first kickoff return, but the last one looked clean, and Yeah, they do have some athletes, but you got to trust your own special teams here. It's a great opportunity for the guys on kickoff to show the coaches that they're coachable, that they run down in their lanes, they break down.
And it will be Christian Broden and Devon Bentley back there for this kickoff. The Gyrenes, when they've had the ball in their possession, they have taken a lot of time off the clock, even when it looks like they're moving quickly.
Yeah, you're right. They're keeping the defense on their toes, but they're those dink and dunks, those short passes. It's like it adds up over time.
DePaula to send this away, and it's a line drive kick. It's going to back up Broden right at the 1. He's going to try to bring this out, try to make something happen of this. There's a flag on the field. Broden keeps on running, and he's going to be brought down nearby the 38. And there's another flag thrown. And there's going to be a variety of penalties to sort out. It appears that they put on a hold against Lawrence Tech, and then probably a late hit against Ave Maria. We'll see what ends up of this situation.
Yeah, coach is probably happy that they're going into the half right now as the emotions are starting to go. But again, let's not forget that's Lawrence Tech lost to them by 1 point last year. Every single game matters, and when you lose by 1 point, that stings a little bit more. So I'm sure that was there's a circle on their calendar, and not the best of blood between them right now, but
especially for being a second-time matchup ever between these two programs.
Yep. It's this is really cool, and again, we're starting to see the familiarity between the two, and we got guys from Michigan, guys from Florida on both teams, but great opportunity here. I think they're probably gonna just run the clock down, but who knows? Maybe they try for one real quick, and then they can always kneel the ball down if needed.
They do call the hold against Lawrence Tech.
More penalties this game than the first game, John.
So it will be first down territory, and I believe both these penalties were against Lawrence Tech, so this will back them up to at the 30-yard line.
And look, I'm not saying it's there, but the last two special teams plays by Lawrence Tech, I did see that they cut back, right? So I'm saying it's not necessarily there because as a coach, you don't really want your guys running sideways, going backwards to get more yards. However, this is Ave Maria's first game of the season. Sometimes special teams, that's where you have some of those opportunities. So that could be something to watch here moving forward. If Lawrence Tech can make something happen on a special teams play, that could be huge.
And I stand corrected. Both penalties were against both teams, so they did the math, and they did the yards against each side. So Lawrence Tech will have a couple more opportunities to try and make something happen. But Marble Jr., he's going to be brought down. And that is Tristan Schultz again. Schultz has been all over the place, and Avant Mitchell is going to quickly call his last time out. So a sack to begin this drive to try to make something out of 22 seconds before going to the half, because they got at least make an effort here because Ave Maria gets the opening kickoff for the second half.
Yeah, and that both teams. Oh, it looks like Lawrence Tech is out of timeouts. Ave Maria has one timeout. So yeah, you want to go in the half and just work on, look at film, look at what you did the first half, and try to correct those mistakes. But again, this Ave Maria defense, when they know it's a passing down, these defensive linemen are getting some penetration. It's tough too. I don't know if Bronson Sua has gotten back in there, but doing a little bit of musical chairs on the offensive line, it's always a challenge.
They would have to get it to about the 35 of Ave Maria to give Carter Dixon a chance to possibly put up a field goal. But even then, if they're able to get that far, they have to hurry up and spike the snap in order to stop the clock. So it is all about execution.
I'm impressed by your football knowledge there, man. That's smart, But yeah, and it's easy for us to do when we're standing up here in the stands, right? But we have Ricardo Marble down there who, it's his first game action in a while. And that was a opportunity right there for the coaches to be able to talk to him and say, hey, if we get something here, some chunk yards, we got to hurry up, spike the ball, give ourselves a chance.
Now the officials are also having a meeting as well, and they disperse. And now the line judges will go back to their respective spots. So 2nd down and 13, but the yards to gain for the first down, it really did not matter in this situation. 22 seconds remaining. LTU trails 13-7. After trailing early on to now trailing again. Marble Jr. throwing down low, and it's incomplete. That throw was way short of Jalen Wallace, and now it's 3rd down with 17 seconds. So this makes it even tougher, because even if you get a man open and you get him downfield, you still got to be able to spike the snap in time.
Yeah, now that's 3rd down, that pass clock stops, right? So, again, when you have special teams like Ave Maria, it's, they might want to try to call a timeout here if they don't get the first.
Mauricio Jenkins lines up on the far side. You've got Robinette, Wallace, and Rembert here on the near side. And a little dump pass, and it's intercepted. And that's going to end the half for the Gyrenes.
Is that Drayshawn Boney Jr., 6'2", 232?
Let's see, take a look here. There was a lot of confusion because they rushed the edge. That one got around, and then on the dump pass, really nobody home.
52 again, Tristan Schultz. He is a disruptor. That play was because of him. That's very tough. And again, look, hey, 12 seconds. They still have a timeout left.
We will see. We saw this from Indiana Wesleyan with under a minute. They still powered their way down the field to try to get another score, in which they did. So we'll see what the Gyrenes try to pull out. And quickly on it to Roman Newkirk. And flags were flying aplenty, and I believe they called the play dead before it was even completed.
You might not have had the man in motion. His feet might not have been set there. They were really trying to snap the ball quickly, get him off.
There's been a variety of penalties on both sides. More penalties than we saw in last week. In last week, Indiana Wesleyan, it took them until the 4th quarter to get 2 penalties.
Yeah, top 5 program.
And especially the Sun Conference, where the Gyrenes come out of. They have some of the top teams within the country, and Kaiser is one of them within the top 5 of NAIA.
Yeah, we were kind of mentioned last year about how the momentum that they had with Andrew Liege towards the end of the year, and they're really trying to carry that into this season. And so if they can get points on the points here, even if it's 3, that's a little bit more breathing room. So for Lawrence Tech, you got to get the stop. Big time possession for the defense.
Even when trailing with short time left, anything can happen. They try to rush the edge. Liege able to get it off, a little floater, and just out of the outreach of Joshua Jenkins. Jenkins bidding for his 2nd touchdown, and now 6 seconds remaining, and Liege was able to get that off just in time because they were rushing that edge.
Yeah, Sylvester Jones could smell him. He was so close. And you know what Liege is? He likes those little passes over top of the head. No safeties over top. That's always a risk.
So now 2nd down. This might be the final play of the half, but we will see. They make a quick suck. They bring in Michael McGrath, and they put Darius Sawyer to the sideline. Big target out there at 6'6". Liege got his, he threw, it's up for grabs, and it's going to be intercepted. And it's going to be brought out, and that's how the first half comes to an end. It's a flag for a late hit, and it appears that Dante Barron took a hit on Liege that might play into effect on the opening kickoff in the 2nd half, but we'll see.
I know he was just throwing the ball in the air, trying to get points, and it doesn't really matter because they're going in the 2nd half, but Andrew Lee, no quarterbacks like that. They don't want to have another interception. First one was a tip ball. This one, kind of a gimme, but
that one was brought back by Mackenzie Alibra. But this brings up an interesting point as we look at it again. Here they come, rushing the edge.
Yeah, we had an open shot on the quarterback. I think that might have been what the penalty was.
The penalty came way after the play was over, as we see the catch by Alibra, and Alibra was able to bring it out. But then on the near side, as the flag was thrown nearby the 50-yard line by the Lawrence Tech sideline, it appears that Banton took an extra shot like a block in the back, which is now deemed illegal in most college football. So now, do they give the ball back to the Gyrenes and put at least a second left? But it was way after time expired.
I was thinking about it right before that play. Have you ever seen an offense maximize the amount of time that they have on the clock like that? They just ran, 4 plays in 6 seconds? And they were still going for it.
And Joe Patterson's going to deny the penalty. Decline it, rather, is the better terminology. And that's how the first half going to come to an end. So an entertaining style first half, and it's definitely going to be a lot to take away from.
Yeah, I think if you're Lawrence Tech, you're glad with where you're at, because that's a high tempo, fast offense, and to go into the half only down by 6 or 7, that's good.
So a lot of third down stops for Lawrence Tech, a lot of huge defensive stops, and a couple of huge touchdown plays from either side. But now we go down to the field, standing by with head coach Yvonne Mitchell. It's Elizabeth Kuhn. Liz.
Hey guys, we're here with Coach Mitchell. Some big plays offensively and defensively in the first half. How are you looking to keep that going in the second?
We just have to execute. That's the biggest thing we need to do, is make sure that we are reading our keys defensively. Quarterbacks need to make great reads offensively as well, and we got to maximize those moments. We had a few. I feel like we left a few big plays on the table, so we've got to make sure we're attacking the football, trying to get that ball out, and that's something that we need to do, and then just get a stop coming out of this half.
Yeah, and you have 2 young quarterbacks out there leading this team. What are your thoughts on their performance so far?
I think they're doing very well. They've made some good throws, made some good checks within our run game as well. So very proud of them doing that. So just kind of balancing out that time, staying kind of rolling with a hot hand.
Yeah. And what's going to be the message heading into the locker room?
Finish. We need to finish this football game.
Okay. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, John, back to you.
Thank you, Liz. And in preparation for LTU's halftime show, we now present to you the Lawrence Tech Marching Band.
caught up with the Lawrence Tech cross country team as they had their inter-squad scrimmage last week. Let's see what they had to say.
It was good today with the team to everyone get out here and get a good first workout, especially for the freshmen, since they never really run an 8K in high school. So 5 miles is a big change from high school to college. So it's good to kind of figure out where you're at and kind of see where you're at for the season to see what we still have to work on and what we need to improve on. So it was a good day for everyone, I think, and had fun.
Yeah, it was good to get everyone out here. It is, a big step from the workout to a race, and so it's nice to see just, that level of competition we all have fighting for good spots. Yeah. Last year, I'd say we had a pretty good season, and so this year we're just looking to continue that and have some success.
I felt really good about today. I think going off of last year, we're all way ahead of where we were, and as a team we're super close and bonded well, so I think it's going to be a great season. Getting practice like this and kind of getting to push each other kind of just as a team, I think just makes us 10 times stronger. Yeah, today was really good and everyone almost had a PR, so yeah.
Well, as it being earlier in the season, I'm very, very happy with the performance today. We divided the teams into a blue and white, gave them an opportunity to battle each other out after practicing with each other. It was very, very competitive. Blue ended up pulling it out. What's nice about this is that this gives the kids an actual opportunity to what it's going to feel like when we start actually getting to our bigger competitions. Gave the freshmen a chance to actually get their feet wet because some of them have never done an 8K before. So. Real happy with that. We had some surprise performances today. The coaching staff here, we tried to work the lineups to make it even, and we thought we had a really good even lineup, but our top kids placed what we thought, but the changes were the middle pack. The middle pack weren't what we thought, and basically it changed the scoring that we thought we were going to have. So we had great conditions today. Yeah, it's just, I'm real happy with everybody's performance and just the beginning of the season. We're going to have a really, really good season this year.
Now let's take a look at some of the September events at Lawrence Tech, along with some programs the university offers.
Hello Blue Devils, I'm John Snow, an alum of LTU's Media Communications program. Here's what's going on at LTU this month. The Blue Devil Motorsports teams will hold their annual Fall Semester Grand Prix for student-designed Formula-style race cars on Saturday, September 9th. The free event runs from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. in LTU's parking lot. On Friday, September 15th, the class of 1973 will celebrate their 50th anniversary with a reunion on LTU's campus. Class members will be honored during halftime on Saturday, September 16th, when the football team plays the University of St. Francis in Blue Devil Stadium. Join us for a tailgate from 8:30 to 11:30 a.m. before kickoff at noon. The action in the stadium continues when the men's and women's soccer teams play their first conference games of the season against Indiana Tech on Saturday, September 23rd. Over at the Don Riddler Fieldhouse, the women's volleyball team will play their conference home opener on Wednesday, September 13th. Don't forget to mark your calendars, Blue Devils. Homecoming is scheduled for October 7th. We are planning a lot of surprises, so we hope you'll join your fellow alumni for a celebration of all things blue and white. May your month of September treat you well. Go Blue Devils.
The purpose of this lab is to allow us to have everything that we will need to make a prototype. We can build, create it, and test it. And we have every little tool that we may need, like a 3D printer, the PCB mill, the most important part for our project, and just every other tool that we may need to test it and build it. We wanted to focus on safety. So the speed wobble is when you're going really fast down a hill. You'll become unstable when you're going too fast down the hill, and you'll usually fall off. So that's why we wanted to focus on the safety of this.
We decided to increase the stability of the skateboard by deploying an extra set of wheels down on the sides, which would hopefully prevent you from falling off in the first place.
We have the electrical system and the pneumatic system. They consist of the microcontroller, a PCB, and an LCD. Those are the primary components of our electrical system. And then the primary components of our pneumatic system are the air tank, the pneumatic pistons, and a pressure regulator.
The speed wobble prevention device, I decided to do it because it was a hard problem to tackle, and it's something that many people face in the real world.
I worked on this project because it's a device that will help people, and as an engineer, that's something that I want to do, is help people.
I think what surprised me most was I was not expecting to have such a great facilitator. I was not expecting to have an individual in a leadership role just truly embody those characteristics and just truly embody character. Dr. Patty Costella has been renowned. She's been amazing. Another thing that surprised me about the program were the people. It's really nice to see that the world is a lot smaller than you think. It's nice to meet people who are down the street that you didn't realize were there. It was an easy way to network, and networking can get pretty uncomfortable. So the program definitely created, again, that environment that allowed for us to just kind of be people and just talk. To become the leader that you always aspired to be, enroll in this program.
We're trying out a couple new technologies for helping athletes understand their movement. So one is a video-based system that uses computer vision to measure the human body, so you can quantify the position of all the different parts of your body. And the other system is wearable sensors. They're small Bluetooth-enabled accelerometers that are kind of like a full-body Fitbit. So instead of just tracking your step count, they can track what each part of the body is doing.
I'm a certified athletic trainer. I work primarily with athletes, so I try to improve their performance. But first, I need to assess where they are. So if they have any foundational or movement dysfunctions, that needs to be addressed first. How do we find those? With movement screens and assessments kind of thing. So I do the whole thing. I assess the athlete, I create a customized program for them, and then we go from there. And then there's constant progressions and retesting and retesting and retesting, just so that they're always improving.
Those functional movements give us the ability to look at errors that each athlete is making. So as they work with an athletic trainer or coach, they can customize the training to help them improve their performance or to help them prevent injury by not making those errors anymore. So what we're going to do is actually share these videos and the motion capture results with each athlete. They'll get a link, they can go on a web page and they can watch all of their videos.
I see it actually having a huge wave of effect on people that's in my field of work that want more objective data to like help with their assessments.
Unless you're doing a dissection is the only time.
That's right.
Yeah, so warm shit up.
I love to teach, and I love to also share this field with so many others. And having this unique opportunity to have students come into the Orem lab and practice on a regular basis has really shown the value of high fidelity simulation in perfusion training.
Guys, I'm ready to go ahead and take this cross pipe off if you're ready.
Coming down. All right, close down. Currently an LTU student with the cardiovascular perfusion program. We graduate in 2024. So today we're going to be doing a simulation of cardiopulmonary bypass with open heart surgery. I'd like to be highly proficient as a cardiovascular perfusionist when I'm done with this program.
Today we're going to be working on a brand new pump that hasn't been released in America until last week. These students from Lawrence Tech are going to be the first students in America to actually pump on this new Essence heart-lung machine. Everybody comes out with a new pump, I'd say, from the industry every 10 to 15 years, roughly. This one is going to be heavily integrated between the charting system as well as the functionality of the pump, the looks, the modular design. So one of the big factors is it's a mass-mounted pumps, so that we can get everything kind of situated closer to the patient. This cuts down on priming volumes, helps to limit the amount of blood reactions to foreign objects like the tubing that we use every day to make this a possibility.
Today we'll be doing a bypass simulation run with massive air embolism, and I'd love to be proficient in the field, potentially giving back in any way I can.
We support the body with the pump as the heart, and then we also support the body with our artificial lung, which is called an oxygenator, and that takes over the function of the lungs. So this heart-lung machine literally is as its title. It takes over the function of the heart and lungs for the patient. Outside of that, we hope that, this is a great showcase of what we're doing with these students and amazing things with Lawrence Tech University. Thank you.
Just about ready for the second half. The kickoff will be right back and about underway right after these messages.
From our very first breath, curiosity is why we question everything. Through barrages of whys and how comes, it now needs the tools to will its vision into existence. Tools that allow curiosity to blur the line between technology and magic. Be curious. Make magic. The College of Business and Information Technology at Lawrence Technological University.
At Michigan First Mortgage, we believe a home is more than just four walls. It's endless possibilities, where relationships are strengthened and next steps are taken. It's a place to call your very own, where you can create new traditions and welcome family with open arms. And at Michigan First, it's at the heart of everything we do. Let us help you discover the possibilities of home.
Welcome back, everybody, to the second half. Lawrence Tech and Ave Maria. This has been a very interesting game on both offense and on defense. John Snow and John Goebel with you from Southfield Blue Devil Stadium on a beautiful night under the lights. And John, you and I talked about it. We saw Ricardo Marble Jr., who really showed up in the second quarter. He was down the sideline really working out the right ankle a bit. It looks like he got probably rolled up on that last play.
Yeah, and he's stepped up big time. He didn't get the start today, but they put him in. His play action pass was great. He was setting up some great throws there, and we'll see. He may have gotten rolled up on, but the starter Alex Osman's getting ready as well. I think that's an advantage for Lawrence Tech that they have both of them right now, because Ave Maria doesn't know who to prepare for, but it's a close game. I thought they finished the half really well. Lawrence Tech did.
Gyrenes will get this opening kickoff to start the second half. After what we saw from the offense, led by Andrew Leach, the quick work of the offense, getting down the field, and then the quick dump passes, it's just very efficient when it works. But yet the Lawrence Tech defense, they were able to show up because compared to where they were last week against the Wildcats, it's really worked out.
Yeah, you know, I was curious. You know, Ave Maria runs some of the fastest offense I have seen. The discipline that it takes for after a long run to run the ball back to the referee so that the offensive line can get set before the defense is ready. That was so impressive. But if you look at the time of possession, they actually have 8 minutes, almost 9 minutes compared to 6 for Lawrence Tech. So while they're going fast, they're also controlling the clock. It's kind of interesting, but close game. Again, it's only 6 points. It's a manageable game for Lawrence Tech, and we'll see how it comes, what they do in the second half. But I'm sure the tempo will stay there with Ave Maria.
As both teams get set for the second half kickoff, we send it down to the field with Elizabeth Kuhn. Liz, scratch that. We will wait on her for just a moment. So it will be. This is a very interesting style setup. Gyrenes won the coin toss and decided to defer. Do you think most teams tend to do that?
Yes. Yeah, you always want to, if you can defer and you can receive the ball in the second half, it's always an advantage. Get your defense out there to start the game. But, you know, we were talking earlier, it was Caleb Gardner's out. He's Lawrence Tech's main starter out of Groves High School here in Michigan. He's a dual threat quarterback, but they've played the two. Ricardo Marble and Alex Osman. Alex Osman out of Dearborn Fordson, and Ricardo Marble, De La Salle, Bowling Green transfer.
Second half underway, 13-7 game. And this one goes into the end zone for a touchback. And now we send it down to the field with Elizabeth Kuhn. Take it away, Liz.
With the Ave Maria head coach at the half, and he said that we've been doing a really good job defensively. He said we need to make some adjustments moving forward, but he said he really loves the physicality of this one. He said we really need to finish drives and just execute. That's his goals heading into the second half, guys.
Thank you, Liz, for the quick update.
Yeah, that finished drives, that makes sense because, again, they're marching the ball down the field, but to come away with only 13 points, that's a credit to Lawrence Tech's defense.
It appears there might have been a penalty on the play because now the kickoff unit is going back onto the field. And we'll have to redo the kickoff.
May have been offsides there on Lawrence Tech.
And it appears so. The flag was right at where they were lined up, right on that far side, so we will have a redo of the kickoff. But do you think that benefits Lawrence Tech because that kick went into the end zone for a touchback?
Yeah, you know, the kick game's been one that we came into it. We're concerned. How's Lawrence Tech gonna manage this? Because, you know, Ave Maria, they pride themselves on special teams here, and I think as a kicker, if you can kick it out of the end zone, reduce the threat from any return, that's always welcome. But marching it back, we'll see. I think there's going to be a return here.
Swiss Army knife, Roman Newkirk, and alongside him is Joshua Jenkins. They played a huge role in this. So Dixon again with a long kick that backs up Jenkins, and right at the one, he makes the catch. And now trying to make most out of it, and he does gain all the way up nearby the 20.
Great kick. Great kick. He booted it even further because I think that's a 10-yard penalty. That was awesome. That was a great kick. And anytime you're a returner, if you can catch it on the run going forward, you're going to have more momentum. So he kind of caught that on his back foot. Now they got the ball at the 19-yard line. Good field position for Lawrence Tech.
Give the defense of Lawrence Tech a little bit of credit because they've been able to contain Roman Newkirk, who was the point of attack going into this matchup. Newkirk has a touchdown, but has not been a main target for the offense so far.
Yeah, he reminds me of a Debo Samuel from San Francisco out of South Carolina. It's kind of that Swiss Army knife. You can plug him in anywhere.
They showed the blitz and they backed off, and there is motion on that far side, and they are going to get the false start. And that was Allen Forham from Miami.
Coaches don't like when a skill position goes offsides because they say, hey, you can look in, you can see the ball. Why would you go offsides? But it looks like they were trying to get Lawrence Tech on a going on 2. And they almost did, but marched back 5 yards.
There's been penalties aplenty going both ways. Leach, they show the blitz. They rush 5 up there, and Leach was able to dump it off and throw it incomplete. They had him read perfectly. It was kind of a delayed blitz there.
Yeah, you know, I'm seeing man coverage still in right now, and they've been doing this all game. That is a testament to the belief that they have in their athletes on defense.
He was able to get it off and without intentional grounding ruled. So now a 2nd down and 15. They put Summers in motion, and they're going to hand it off to Darius Sawyer. Sawyer trying to cut the corner, and he does so. Flag thrown on the play, and this appears to be going back in the way of the Gyrenes.
Great speed there by the running back. Put his foot in the ground. You know, you like to go north, but he had enough speed and momentum.
And it appears they're going to call the flag on Joshua Jenkins for a bit of a hold there.
Oh.
At correction, we go the other way with a face mask. So an unfortunate settlement right there. And this will probably give Ave Maria a brand new set of downs. So after a false start that backed him up 5 and then an incomplete pass, now Lawrence Tech gets penalized and it's a brand new set.
Yeah, that seems like it feels like a very difficult penalty. Looks like it's really far, but that's a 1st down, and again, they're ready to go.
Play action. Leach looking way far, and that one's way out of bounds.
You know, game 1, got some rust to knock off. That one looked like it may have gotten away from them. I'm wondering if maybe there's a little bit of sweat on the ball, but just got away from them. No harm, no foul. You know, no interception, so 2nd down.
That was definitely more of like a put him up for grabs type throw, a good rainbow like for an end zone play. Now 3 receivers are up there to that right side and quickly out there. In the middle, there's Jenkins. Jenkins with the room to run, and he's going to run it all the way up to the 37.
Ooh, he wanted it. He got the ball, and he was trying to go right up that hash mark for a touchdown. No nonsense, no time to celebrate. It's time to snap the ball for next play.
This has been a well-coached team, courtesy of Joe Patterson, as they give this one to Donald Chester. Chester able to avoid some blocks. He keeps breaking tackles, and he's going to be brought down and gained about 3 yards.
Chester, he's like a little pinball out there. That was a pretty impressive 3-yard gain there. Got to wrap up. He kept his feet moving, and you know, keep the ball going, because again, they're using some play action. They're moving fast, but the play action doesn't work if you never run the ball.
2nd down and 7. Leach quickly on it, a low throw, and it's going to be caught by Newkirk as he's going down with the defender cutting in front of him.
That was a really long 1-yard pass, and you know, I'm surprised he caught it, but the clock keeps ticking when you catch it, and the defense looks like they're putting some pressure on him. I wouldn't be surprised if Ave Maria tries to take advantage of that.
That was Zevion McDonald trying to cut in front. So now 3rd down and 4. Leach. He finds his man in McGrath, and McGrath's going to get the 1st down.
Oh, reliable. Nice having a tight end, big tight end you can throw it to.
6'7", 239 out of Beverly Hills nearby. And we mentioned it, we talked about it during the half, the fact that they converted 5 out of 6 3rd downs in that 1st quarter, and then Lawrence Tech's defense held them to even more.
Yeah. So I think they went into the half 6 for 10, and there were 5 for 6 3rd downs in the 1st quarter. So
they do give it to Chester, and Chester's got room up the middle, and he is going to be right a yard short of the mark to gain.
Earlier, we were talking about how Lawrence Tech can use the run to set up the pass. Well, Ave Maria is doing the opposite. They're using the pass to set up the run. When you have a passing threat like that, then it opens up. They're trying to spread the field like crazy right now.
Receivers are stacked up aplenty. A quick shot out, and that's going to be caught for him. He keeps on running over the sideline. He's going to be inside the 5, and this is going to be 1st and goal for the Gyrenes.
He tightrope that sidelines right there. Again, if you could see the whole field right now, the receivers are very wide. That would be a really long pass to throw, but when you got a quarterback like Andrew Leash who can make some of those passes, you have to respect it as a defense, and it spreads them out. It makes it really thin, a lot of spaces.
McGrath sets up in near a fullback position. Another play action pass. This one's to McGrath, and it falls out of his hands. That almost looked like a close fumble, but he did not have full control, so it's an incomplete pass.
Yeah, right now, Lawrence Tech is winning the turnover battle. That was something that Coach Mitchell really stressed this week. We have to win the turnover battle. And that was one right there. They almost had it.
They're going to take out Leach and enter in Darren Van Horn. And twice he was shown in the first half, and twice it was a run play.
We'll see. Hey, defense could be saying, hey, he's coming in to run, but I wouldn't be surprised if they throw it.
Second down and goal. They do give it to Chester. Chester tries to bounce off defenders, and he's going to be stuffed up and brought backwards. A loss of a couple of yards, but that time the defense sniffed it out.
Yep, that was a great play. Way to stop him. Big number 55. I think that the defense right now, they're stepping up. We've seen them in the goal line not give, not budge. This is where character, I always say, what's your adjective? What are you going to be called? This is a good defense. They are no nonsense. They're not trying to let them score another point.
Crucial third down here as Leach comes back in. Nothing would be better for a win for the defense if just to settle them to a field goal chance here. Leach on play action. He throws inside. Good coverage by Perkins as he knocks it away.
Great play. That was a great play. Textbook. That's how you do it, ladies and gentlemen. No pass interference. Had his hand on him slightly. Got his opposite arm across. Knocked the ball out of the air. That was perfect.
Andrew Perkins, a redshirt senior. He's been around this program a long time as well.
Hey, big-time play right there. Stopped the touchdown.
So now David Britt, the junior out of Jacksonville, is going to try to put up a field goal. That was a line drive, and it's no good. Off to the left. So a huge win for the defense on that opening drive for Ave Maria.
Got to take advantage of it now if you're the offense. That was a great stop. I mean, that's team building right there. That's something early on in the season you want to start having your defense come up with stops like that. That's things that can explain who they are. When the other teams are watching on defense, Madonna's watching film, they're going to say, ooh, hey, on goal line, these guys step it up. We can't do the same thing we do across the field when we get in the tight defense there, or tight red zone.
So it's going to be Alex Osman to start this third quarter, so we might just see just that. We might see Ricardo Marble Jr. for the fourth quarter and try to go back and forth quarterback to quarterback per quarter. That's pretty much a tongue twister right there, trying to say that 5 times fast. Running backs aplenty around Osman. 2 receivers down to his right. Put a man in motion. That's Britton. Play action. He's got a man there, and there is Jalen Wallace. Wallace past midfield. It's a foot race, and there goes Jalen Wallace. One play, touchdown, Lawrence Tech.
That's how you get more playing time. Great find. Get it in your athlete's hands. We said it before the game. Alex Osman is more of your pocket passer. As we see a flag here, I think the guys might have gotten a little bit too excited, but here we go. Great play fake right there. Put a little mustard on the ball. And look, you got 3 defenders.
And right there on that trip, and then there's a good hit right there by Robinette. Just a little bit of a cut in front.
Yep, smart play. Put his hands up. Make sure you don't get a clipping penalty right there.
So the flag was for unsportsmanlike conduct. That will be playing effect into the kickoff. As we see Vincent Robison for the extra point. So what a turnaround here. A huge defensive stop right deep within the red zone. And then a one-play drive. That one is up, and it is good. Lawrence Tech finds himself up in front. And so on the throne, Jalen Wallace with a touchdown.
Hey, must have had a win one for the Gipper speech at halftime, because that was what a way to start the second half there with a huge stop on defense. Not a single play to waste, and we're going to go for a touchdown. I love it. What a dream come true, too, if you're a receiver, just catching the pass and having nothing but green grass in front of you.
Sometimes a huge turnaround can just be a huge momentum changer.
Yeah, that's got to be a big weight lifted off of Alex Osman's shoulders, too. You know, it's never easy when you start off a game and you get pulled, but that's a great response.
And like you mentioned, just the play action style and waiting more within the pocket. There was defenders about him. The pocket nearly collapsed on him, and he was just so patient enough to be able to execute.
Yeah, that's like a tendency breaker, right? You have that when you have a change of quarterback. Tendencies are, you know, hey, they're Lawrence Tech, we're a running team. That's their identity. So Ave Maria, they're well coached. They watched film. They know that they're running the ball. Well, probably went in this week. Lawrence Tech knew, hey, we got to change the quarterback. Let's break our normal tendency where usually we'd run the ball right here. Let's fake it.
There's confusion with the special teams. They were waiting on Ben Britton. And now they really got to hurry this up as the play clock is inside 15.
Never want to get a delay a game on kickoff.
They're already backed up via the penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct. So now Dixon, play clock's down to 3. And they will have to flag him for a delay a game. That confusion is very costly. We've seen this a few times to where on both sides really that there has been that confusion between teammates and whose spot goes where.
Yeah, you know, Coach Mitchell, you know, let's hope for Lawrence Tech's sake this doesn't come back to bite him in the butt. But all those little plays, he's going to go through film, and I guarantee you on Sunday or Monday when the team comes through, he's going to look at all the little mistakes, how they add up, what it equates to. And they're lucky that they didn't enforce that penalty on the extra point, right? Because now it's 14. I say that now because we haven't seen the kickoff return, but they've been doing a good job kicking it off so far, and let's see if he has the leg strength to get it out there.
Newkirk and Jenkins back deep. This one's a liner, and it's going to be right there on a bounce. Good pickup by Jenkins, and now he's going to try to make something out of it. And he's able to work through, bouncing off bodies, and he's going to be brought down nearby the 26.
Yeah, I'm standing next to my play-by-play, John Snow. He's a baseball player here at Lawrence Tech, and I'll tell you what, that was a grounder right there. That was going fast. Typically, you wouldn't like that. As a kicker, you want to get the ball in the air to allow your team to run down the field so that there's better coverage. But in a play like that, it almost looked like a long onside kick. It was a great stop. Must have played some baseball in his days.
Must have been on the great campus there at Ave Maria. Very, a lot of space to work with, in which some people might say that's too much space to work with if everything's so close-knit on a campus. So now Andrew Lee, Gyrenes find themselves trailing for the second time. And now play action right out of the gate. Pocket nearly collapsed, and Leach is going to be brought down. Might have gained a yard, but that play went busted after a few seconds there.
As a Dante Batten again?
Dante Batten played a huge role in that.
Michael White looks like he's a little banged up here.
Third injured Blue Devil to be checked on here today.
You know, Lawrence Tech's defensive line, I was very impressed with them at practice. They got some really big guys, fast too, long. So we got number 0, Dante Batten, 6'4", 245. Michael White Jr., 6'5", 250. Jordan Lewis, number 99, 310 pounds. And number 23, we've been calling his name left and right out of West Bloomfield, Devin Isaac, 6'3", 220. And those are just the first 4. They're the rotators. I want to call them 1B because there's no first and second string on defensive line. You're either 1A, 1B. It's constantly rotating. They're just as big, just as fast. That's a weapon. Anytime you have that, a good defensive line is a defensive back's best friend.
This is a crucial loss for the defense because Dante Batten has been the leader of the offense, a redshirt senior and a captain. He's been with this program for a long time, but yet it is Michael White who gets up, and he appears good for the worst. The three Blue Devils who have been in and out. We saw Bronson Sua go out with a leg injury. He's still on the sideline trying to work it out. And then we saw Matt Plaga go out, but he's been back in a few times. So more so on the defense, it's really getting banged up. But hey, they're grinding through it.
Yep. You know, next man in, you got to be ready. Everybody prepares as if they're the starter.
So 2nd down and 9 after Leach had to really make something out of nothing. They give it to Chester, and Chester powers his way, and it takes a huge hit there by Perkins.
Andrew Perkins, come with some authority, why don't you? Man, he came up with the big play down at the red zone and then just laid the lumber there.
Gain of about 4, then makes it 3rd down and 4. Gain of 5. They put a man in motion. Moving to his right, Leach able to avoid, and he's going to be brought down and lose a yard.
Devin Isaac, big high motor guy. He's not quitting on a play. He conditions. He conditions. Guarantee you that. Long, lanky, 6'3", 220 out of West Bloomfield.
And a huge good stop there by the defense. We've seen the defense step up, and that brings out the punt team.
Big time, big time. These are some identity possessions here by the defense. Really setting themselves apart, showing that they came here to play.
Jaden Rembert back deep. Roman Newkirk to try to send this away.
Overloaded their line on one side. Ooh, looked like they might have been going for a fake there.
It might have been, but one man jumped too early, and that's going to push them back 5.
It's the first game of the season for Ave Maria. Sometimes you see some of those penalties in the first game of the season. So, again, it looked like they were going for a fake, and when you got the Swiss Army knife back there, it's always a risk. Newkirk, he has got quite the leg, but also speed.
So they do it again. Newkirk, that one's a spinner up there. Rembert tries to make the fair catch, and he does, sprinting backwards. Newkirk really put a charge into that kick.
Oof. Good thing he caught it. Got the lights on here, Lawrence Tech Stadium. Beautiful night, but hey, as a punt returner, sometimes that ball is that high in the air. It is hard. You can lose it in the lights. You can lose it in the dark night. That was a pretty good catch. I would have been nervous if I was on the coaching staff there, but he saved quite a few yards because that punt would have kept rolling and they would have been pinned down deep.
We've seen some pretty good punts on both sides.
Yep. Again, hey, look, I know the kids might not get super excited about punts, but I'm telling you, it is very important. It's called the third dimension of football is special teams.
Alex Osman back in front, and they do throw a flag. This is a free play. This one's down the sidelines, and it's incomplete, out of the reach of Rembert. They will be putting up a couple of yards on that offsides.
Something that, is underestimated, underappreciated as a quarterback, the strength of a strong cadence. That's the second time Alex Osman's got them to go off sides, and he knew to throw the ball deep, that he's got a free play. So that's a quick 5 yards. That's a weapon.
So now 1st down and 5 after the offsides.
Yeah, take advantage of the defense who wants to make a sack, wants to make a big play.
Ben Burden back out there, along with C.J. Davidson. 2 receivers down to the left. They put Brandon in motion. Osman, he's going to keep it. He's going to run for it. He's got space in front. And there's a flag as he slides out of bounds. This might be going back, and it will.
Smart play. Keep them on their toes.
It looks like they're going to flag Jane Rembert for the hold. We will see. So this will be going back, and instead of 1st down, it will be another 1st down play, but from longer yards at 15.
Yeah, we've seen some pretty funny penalties here. 3 offsides on punt, on one punt. Now this is the 3rd 1st down on this drive.
From 1st and 10 to 1st and 5, now all the way back to the 1st and 15. 3 receivers to the left of Osman. They're going to give it to C.J. Davidson. Davidson has not had the best of nights, but he's going to keep moving forward and gain a couple.
Yep, Lawrence Tech's all-time leading rusher there. You know, he's gonna get his yards when he gets his chance. That's a tough yardage. I like the way he runs. I like the way he lowers that shoulder.
About as physical as they come. 5'11", 180 out of Pontiac. So now 2nd down and 11 after a gain of 4. And one man jumped too early. And that was Charles Taggart.
You know, a little bit of a slow start here. Or excuse me, actually it was a fast start, but things have kind of slowed down a little bit. Sometimes that might actually work in Lawrence Tech's favor, but they need to get a chunk yard play here. Make it an easier 3rd down for the freshman quarterback.
Taggart out of Marine City. So now 2nd down, play action at the middle, and there's Mauricio Jenkins. Jenkins powers his way and still trying to keep going. He's got the 1st down near midfield.
Mauricio Jenkins, he's a big boy out of Royal Oak, transferred from Wayne State. Great catch there. He's a leader. You know what? Coach Quinlan out of Brother Rice told me this kid is a great kid. Taught him at Royal Oak. Lawrence Tech is lucky to have him transfer in from Wayne State. Shows that experience, mainly used as a blocker, but he can catch too.
And now Lawrence Tech using a little bit of tempo themselves, deciding to go no huddle from the 46. They give it to Davidson, moving towards that far side, trying to cut the corners. The flag down, and Davidson lowered the shoulder, put on a good hit. This might be another hold going against the Blue Devils.
Yeah, the run might not count, but that hit still happened.
Blue Devils already moving back. So a couple of unfortunate penalties against Lawrence Tech here, and most of them being the holes. They're trying to really cut the edges, but just not been able to execute that cleanly.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, if they can cut out some of that stuff, if they can minimize those mistakes, it could be a totally different ball game. But hey, you got to work with what you got, and here's where we are. Let's see what happens here. If you're Alex Osman, you know you're through the jitters at this point. Got to take ownership of your team and really keep everybody positive and keep the momentum going.
So now 1st down and 20. We've seen a lot of flags on the 1st down plays. Davidson to the right of Osman. Another play action, trying to go deep down the far sideline. Jaden Rembert, and there's a penalty. This will be going against the Gyrenes as look for a possible pass interference, and it will be.
Yeah, Jaden Rembrandt, he's fast. That's speed right there, and it looked like he had him. Actually, looked like a good ball, and that's why they called the flag, because it was enough. It wasn't a lot of contact, but it was enough to draw the penalty.
That was called against Devin Grind. He's a 5'10", 151-pound junior from Jacksonville in cornerback position. So penalty for penalty, both these teams to start out this 2nd half, just really going back and forth. They're really trying to grind it out, and maybe they're doing too much.
Yeah, you know, the refs, they're getting their work in here, but you always got to say this. Look, you got to win by more than the penalties count, right? So they're doing the right things. Ball's moving forward. It wasn't a completion, but it's 1st down.
1st down from the 49 of Ave Maria. Lawrence Tech using up a good chunk of the clock. We're down to 6:16 left to go in this 3rd quarter. Running back options aplenty. They give it to Davidson. Davidson trying to keep the momentum moving forward, and he does so for about 3 yards.
Boy, oh boy. I think that was number 5, Nick Hyman, just insert himself into the pile. Anytime you got a running back that's wrapped up by your teammates, sometimes these guys they're gonna look for that open shot, because every hit, you remember it. Those bumps and bruises, It makes it a little harder to run. Makes you second guess yourself sometimes.
Gain of about 4 on that play, so it's now 2nd down and 6. Same running back formation, 3 in the back. Play action. Right there is Robinette. He missed a catch earlier, but a good open field tackle put on right there. And that was Shane O'Brien.
Yeah, O'Brien, that was a very big tackle because there was wide open spaces if he didn't get him.
O'Brien's another Midwest guy. He's from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and went to high school in Marquette, nearby the UP here in Michigan.
Very cool. You know, hey, probably just wanted to see a little more sunshine. Going down to Florida, he's a smart one. I'll take the Midwest, though. I like the change of season. 3rd down. Big play by Alex Osman. Let's see.
3rd down and 4. And they're able to gain about a couple there. They send Davidson in motion. Osman's going to keep it. He's got space to work with, and he's going to be brought down short. And again, that's Nate Hyman.
Yeah, they definitely tried to get him right there. Had 2 running backs in the game. They've been doing this the whole drive, keeping 2 safeties, really safety nets next to Alex Osman, young freshman, but
they're going to go for it here on 4th down, a crucial and very risky play, but they're inside Gyrene territory, so you really got nothing to lose.
Watch the hard count.
2 yards to try to keep the drive going. They bring in Devon Bentley. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 on near. Osman looking deep. He's got Rembert, and he gets the go. He makes the catch inside the 10. 1st and goal on a 4th down conversion.
That's some trust. That's some trust right there by the freshman quarterback. Great coverage by Solomon Davis, but he believes in him. Look, he probably does this in practice all day.
With all that coverage right in the face.
Yeah. Hey,
able to work around him.
Big players make big plays in big games.
The drive continues. 4th down and 2, and they come up with a huge conversion.
Osman's saying, hey, guys, I'm here too. I'm here too. Don't forget about me.
So from the 7-yard line, Osman looking to throw. He's going to try to keep on rolling. And the ball came loose. Osman didn't realize it, and it's going to be a turnover. And the argument here, Avon Mitchell, Alex Osman saying that he was down. This is going to be a crucial play. Then they're going to stick with the original call. Ave Maria is going to gain possession.
Oh, that's a tough one. That hurts. That hurts. You know, I think he believed he was down. We'll see it here on the replay. Unfortunately, there are no replays for the refs.
Oh, that is a clear punch out right there. Great awareness, great work by Solomon Davis to knock that out.
That was a good call by the refs. And you know what? Defense has to step up, though. This is tough field position for Ave Maria. They've been marching the ball down the field, but you wish you could have that one back.
3:05 left to go in this 3rd quarter. They're going to give it to Sawyer, and Sawyer is going to be stuffed up right at the line of scrimmage.
You know, that last play, there was great on offense for Lawrence Tech. There was great protection. It's one of those where when you got a young quarterback, it's really hard when they have an arm like Alex Osman has to tell him, hey, just throw the ball away. Throw the ball away. Live to fight another down. Can't go back, though.
Showing pressure. And they're going to give it to Jenkins this time, Sawyer rather, and he's going to gain a couple of yards. About a gain of 4.
Yeah, deciding to go to the run. That's interesting here as they got the ball pretty tight back. If defense is a big 3rd down for them, if they can get this stop, Alex Osman, hey, he's going to be really happy.
Trying to bail out their teammates one way or another.
It's a team sport.
They're going to bring in Donald Chester. He's going to line up on the far side. He is a big body to find it. And now a large scramble, and that's going to force Avon Mitchell to call a timeout.
Smart timeout. You know what? That is again why the quick tempo offense. It can be so dangerous because the defense, when it comes to running players on and running players off the field, defense, you're reactionary a lot of times. You know, you're looking at who are they sending in the offense in between plays. Well, if they're already getting to the line of scrimmage, you have no time. And if you change up your personnel on a play, you might just have to roll with it.
A huge critical timeout called right there, because that would have been a brand new set of downs for the Gyrenes moving forward, and now Yvonne Mitchell's giving his defense a chance to try to make a stop right here.
Yeah, you know, a lot of being the head coach is game management, understanding the game. When is a smart timeout? When is it not smart to use a timeout? So far today, I think those are two. We saw one in the first half, two really smart timeouts by Coach Mitchell. You know, he's a good coach, and he's going to have his team. He's not trying to put his team in a bad spot.
3rd down and 6, so a crucial spot right here on both sides. The Gyrenes trying to get their way back into it, trailing by 1. Blue Devils trying to pick up their quarterback for the turnover. Empty backfield for Liege.
It's cover 1, which is man coverage.
They're going to rush, bring the corner blitz. It's going to be chopped off and caught by Jenkins, and he's got the first down.
Yeah, so cover 1 means you have one safety up top. He is essentially his job title, the safety net, and everybody else is in man coverage. So when you have that many people in man coverage and nobody over top, it means you're going to have a bit of a cushion between the corners and the wide receivers. So when you have a quarterback like Andrew Liege, hey, I'll take that 5-yard slant all day. It's a high risk, high reward.
Brand new set of downs here by the 25. They hand it off to Darius Sawyer. Sawyer trying to cut the corner, and he's going to be knocked out after gaining 3 yards.
Great recovery by the defense there. I thought they had him. They definitely blocked the edge, but didn't get to the second level and chased him down for about 2 or 3 yard gain.
1 minute left to go here to start the second half, which has been pretty entertaining, and a couple of miscues here and there, but a lot of excitement on a huge plays and huge conversions. And now here's play action. Andrew Lee, he's got a man wide open, and Allen for him, and he's going to be brought down right at the 42.
He's been his favorite target in the second half so far. Getting open, possession receiver, meaning he makes a catch. You know, I don't see a ton of yards after the catch, but got the first down.
The offensive line is all set, waiting for the receivers to get set. Now they're going to give it to Sawyer again, and he's going to power his way forward and gain about 5.
Nice spin move in the hole. Ooh. Angry. Some love there. There you go. Yeah, you know, that spin move in the hole, that's pretty impressive. He's got some quick feet as we get to the end of the quarter.
What has been an entertaining quarter for the most part. And back and forth we go, but huge play after huge play. And Lawrence Tech has been able to maintain this 1-point lead. Maybe shades of last year, but who knows? There is still a lot of time left. Ave Maria trying to power their way back. The high-tempo offense. And we'll be right back for the start of the fourth quarter right here on the Lawrence Tech Sports Network.
Chevy Silverado has what it takes to do it all. With a TurboMax engine and a 13.4-inch diagonal touchscreen. Any truck can help you make a living. This one helps you build a life. Chevy Silverado.
Or GM employees with a current eligible lease can get this Silverado for $299 a month. Chevy drives the Motor City. Visit ChevyDetroit.com.
From our very first breath, curiosity is why we question everything. Through barrages of whys and how comes, it now needs the tools to will its vision into existence. Tools that allow curiosity to blur the line between technology and magic. Be curious. Make magic. The College of Arts and Sciences at Lawrence Technological University.
Welcome back, everybody, to what has been an entertaining football game under the lights on a Saturday night. College football is back in full swing and in a huge way. We've got a tight one Lawrence Tech hanging on to a 1-point lead against the Gyranes. Only the second time that these two programs have met up, and it's been back-to-back years. Now the Gyranes trying to look to respond. Play action. Leach, he's got a man open, and there's Jenkins again in the middle of the field. And into Lawrence Tech territory, March Ave Maria.
Yep, that looked like a about maybe 15-yard in route man coverage once again. And again, we said last year is a 1-point game. This is a tight game.
Again, the quick tempo offense. They give it to Sawyer this time, and he's looked to be stocked up, but he's able to get back to the original line of scrimmage. So good job by Sawyer to really make sure not to lose any yards right there.
If you're Coach Mitchell, you gotta love what you're seeing by your defense, because this offense, they are going so fast. I don't see anybody who's got their hands on their hips, who's not going 100% on each play.
So 2nd down and 10. Another play action, a little dump ball pass, and there is Newkirk, and Newkirk is going to be wrestled down by a sea of bodies after gaining about 5.
Andrew Perkins is playing out of his mind right now. He's all over the place. And of course, Matt
Plaga has been also all over the place as well. He went out for a bit with a bit of an injury back in the first half, but he has come back. And now a crucial 3rd down and 6 for his defense.
Big play.
Looking to make a crucial stop again. They're showing pressure. They do bring the blitz, and that one is going to be knocked from behind.
Christian Brogdon. Nope.
Yeah, Christian Broden. The kind of LTU's own Swiss Army knife as well.
Yeah. Great leader there. And looked like maybe it was tipped, but look at this. Look at him poke the ball in. Beautiful. Textbook again. Just got that other arm, no interference. That's how it's done.
And now this is going to be a field goal attempt by Dalen DePaula. Long attempt right from the 38. This one is up, and this one is going to be wide to the right. No good, and another missed field goal. What a stop by the defense.
Yeah, Blue Devil defense is really stepping up against a high-powered offense. They're lucky they didn't get a roughing the kicker penalty on that last play, but I think it was really a good acting job. And again, kicking game, that we knew this was going to play a part in the outcome of this game, and it has, because there was a missed extra point. That's what the difference is right now.
Missed extra point, and also another missed field goal, and that first miss. That was actually from a PAT range. That one was from 40 plus, and so now Alex Osman and the offense back out to try to extend this lead to get a little bit more breathing room as we're looking towards what could be a fantastic finish to this ball game. And they're going to hand it off to Devon Bentley. And Bentley is going to be brought down after gaining about 2 yards.
He wants more. This is as a running back, this is your time. This is your time. This is where a big running game is really important, because if you can milk the clock down, you can run the ball, keep 2 hands on the ball security, don't fumble, and your O-line really step up. Let's get a first down. Let's keep that clock ticking.
Bentley has one of the couple of touchdowns.
Yeah, they're letting the clock go down, the play clock.
This is basically where the mental game comes in. They give it to Bentley again. Bentley trying to power his way forward, and he gains a few more.
Yeah, really put his shoulder in there. That was looked like an outside zone. You got to be patient. It's one of these plays where when you're a running back that's got a lot of speed, you want to hit the hole super fast, but technically you don't want to hesitate, but you got to have good patience. Maybe could have had a little more patience, got a couple more yards, but I'm never going to get mad at a running back who gets north, puts his foot in the ground, and tries to get as many yards as possible.
And again, the patience, taking their time to really milk down the clock. They put Wallace in motion. Osman looking down, and it's going to be dropped. And actually, it's good. It is intercepted. and it's going to be another turnover.
That was Luis Nuez.
As we take a look to see if this was not dropped.
Alex Osman took quite a big hit there.
A little juggle, but he secures it with the right hand. So another turnover put on by Osman. One a fumble and now a pick.
Yeah, that was number 52, Tristan Schultz from Ave Maria. We've been calling his name a lot on the defense, and he's not gonna get credit for the sack there, but he definitely caused that interception. That was not a throw that Alex Osman wanted to throw.
He was looking for Jaden Rembert on that far side. They do rush one, and a good awareness. There's Matt Plaga, and Plaga puts him down backwards, wearing that LTU logo.
How many blue jerseys around him? You know, so, hey, if I see that many blue jerseys around, I might be doing a play-action pass here, but, yep, he has the option, and look, wrap up. Get your teammate out. Let's see if they're going for the ball. Defense, hey, they're coming up big. They say, offense, you got to turn over. Okay, we're ready.
Now an empty backfield for Andrew Leach. 3 receivers to his left.
Again, they're playing with the spacing. You see the 2 receivers up top that are a little tight. Then we have more space in between the others.
Leach, he's looking deep. He's got 4 and wide open, and it's nearly picked off by Zevon McDonald.
At number 15, interception for Ave Maria. Number 15 on Lawrence Tech almost got it. I'm sure he wishes he could have that one back, but hey, that was a forced throw. It's tough.
So now 3rd down and 13, and we've seen a couple of crucial dropped balls right there. Nick Robinette had one earlier, and now Zevon McDonald with another huge pick, but here's a crucial 3rd down. Leach looking far side. He gets for him, but he is going to be up still on his feet, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds. Great resilience by Allen for him, and he's going to be marked about 3 yards short.
Well, on the last drive, I said he is a possession receiver, and I didn't see many yards after the catch. Well, he proved me wrong right there. That was some tough yardage. Didn't get the first. I thought maybe he did.
He's about 3 yards short, and that's where the offense is going to try. Stay here on 4th down.
Keeping us on the edge of our seats here.
They converted 5 out of 7 first downs in the last matchup, and there's movement up front, and that's going to push them back 5.
That's what Coach Mitchell's doing right now. Oh, I can breathe.
That was Nathan Rumrill, the right guard. Moved over to the left guard position.
Yeah, when you have a defensive line that is that fast, that is not quitting. I mean, their motor is just going. It's hard to block.
As I get my jerseys confused, that was actually number 50, Leandre Lewis, the left tackle, in his respective spot. So now, 4th down and 8, the offense remains out there. Defense looking for another crucial stop in a 1-point game. Leach, he finds a man. He finds Newkirk, and it's dropped in double coverage, and Lawrence Tech will take over on downs. And it's Perkins again in the middle of it.
Andrew Perkins, you are having a great game, my friend. And guess what? That was the same play call that they've been doing. They've ran that route probably about 10 times today. And great reaction here as we see it. Good protection, got the ball off, and hey.
Right there, into and out of it.
You love that as a defensive coach. I always tell my guys, even if they catch it, it doesn't count as a catch. Come down with your arms, knock the ball out. Great defense is stepping up big.
If it was one thing that they definitely improved upon, it was in that area because Indiana Wesleyan wore them out. Now Osman gives it away to Devon Bentley, and Bentley is going to be brought down after gaining a yard or 2.
Yeah, you know, it's unlike Lawrence Tech not to have more rushing yards than their opponent. We got both their quarterbacks, Osman and Marble, over 100 yards passing, but haven't gotten the ground game running or going. We need to get that going now.
Sometimes maybe even a change of the offensive approach may be a huge difference maker, and it definitely has paid off here tonight. 2 receivers on that far side.
Yeah, this freshman quarterback, he's getting a good test. This is going to be good for his career to get this under his belt.
On play action, and the throw is going to be low to Rembert.
Just didn't set his feet. He had a great play fake there. Thought he had him. Looked like he just kind of just got the ball out a little bit too fast. Had a little bit more time than I think he thought.
So now a crucial 3rd down. Try to move it into Gyrene territory. They like to keep Osman in there for this 4th quarter. And he drops back, pressure coming. He dumps it off to Rembert, and he's going to be brought down. And right back to the original line of scrimmage, and this is going to bring a 4th down, and out comes the punt unit.
Yeah, I'm surprised he got the ball out. Hey, the Gyrene, they were coming fast. Looks like that might be a cramp here.
And that's Connor Jewell, the senior from Tampa. He's down for a bit. It looked like it was a cramp a bit after he tried to come back up to his feet. And this is going to be the first injury timeout for the Gyrenes. So 4th down and 8. They already brought out the punt team. But even with an injury, even though we all wish the best, this gives time to really talk over a certain type of special teams strategy, because you realize the potential that waits on the other end of that kick, that being Roman Newkirk.
Yeah, Roman Newkirk. You know, Lawrence Tech has done a great job today of containing him so far, but he's still a threat. You never know. There's a lot of things that could happen here. Ave Maria has 3 timeouts left. Lawrence Tech has 2. About 9 minutes to go on the clock, and we saw it at the end of the first half. Ave Maria needs about 30 seconds to go 90 yards down the field. They don't need much time. So this is a lot of time on the clock. It's always risky anytime you're kicking it to somebody like Newkirk. Looks like his parents are in the stands here in front of us too. They got to be proud.
The Gyrene faithful have traveled a long way, and they showed up.
Yes, they did.
Dixon into traffic, barely get that one off. Newkirk calls for the fair catch, and he does so at the 15. Let's head it down to the field where Elizabeth Kuhn will have an update here in a little bit.
Yeah, saw some extracurricular there. Another flag.
There's a flag on the field. Maybe it looked like there was some contact. But in the meantime, when we sort out this flag, we will send it down to Liz for a quick update. Liz?
Last week during the LTU season opener, quite a few freshmen played their first college game. Today, 2 freshman quarterbacks leading the team. Coach Mitchell said he's really excited about this group of freshmen. He said by mid-season, he said they're going to be making major contributions to this team, and we're already seeing it week 2. John?
Thank you, Liz. A quick update. We talk about the youth between both these programs, losing a lot of graduates, not having a lot of guys come back. It's a huge adjustment, but you got to think from what they've learned from everybody who's moved on, they're now ready to take a step up.
Yeah, you know, what's really neat here is for Lawrence Tech, no matter what, this season they were having a new quarterback, right? So they had a quarterback for a long time who had done a great job, really built this program. Again, they're only 5 years old, and we're seeing some of the guys who are seniors now, who've been through the program, have sweat, blood, tears into this, put everything into the program, and now we have some freshmen that are taking over, and they're passing the torch. This is what you like. This is building a program.
That was a dead ball foul for unnecessary roughness, so that puts him up 15 yards to the 30-yard line. So this is something which Lawrence Tech really has to contain so far. They have to contain their tempers. Things are getting a little bit chippy out there. But from right now, Ave Maria will take it. Play action. Liege quickly out. He's got Jenkins, but it's knocked down. And it's John Webster making a huge impact on that one.
Yeah, the defensive backs have really stepped it up. I think that about 10 to 15 yard in route, they've been getting them today, but They must have said something to him at halftime.
Now we got a trio set up in the backfield. Donald Chester and Darius Sawyer. They're going to give it to Sawyer, but he is brought down deep within that backfield.
Number 59.
Brody Snyder.
Brody Snyder, introduce yourself from Bloomfield Hills, Michigan. Bloomfield Hills High School. Redshirt sophomore getting some playing time.
Talk about making a huge impact. Snyder not even on the 2-deep roster. And now we got a plays blown dead, but this looks to be maybe a false start going against the Gyrenes. This is going by fast. This is going on quickly. Ave Maria keeping up with the high-tempo offense, and it really has not worked out. They've had a lot of false start penalties called on them.
Yeah, you know, and we just mentioned, yep, so that's on the offense there. We just mentioned Brody Snyder stepping up big. You know, he was needed to. Lawrence Tech, when you go against an offense that's this fast, you are going to rotate your players. And the 1A, 1B, they got to be ready, and we're seeing it right now. That's depth. Again, these are program building things.
So now 3rd down and 21. 3 receivers down to the left. He's going to go far side. He's got Jenkins, and the throw is just a little bit far. So another huge stop by the Blue Devils defense. And now the punt team comes on for Ave Maria.
Yeah, this has been a back and forth here. You know, Lige, it seems like he's been a little bit off with his receivers. You know, I think that could be a credit, obviously, to Lawrence Tech's defense. Their defensive backs are playing great, but, you know, some of those first game jitters, you got to wonder if maybe they're just a little bit off, or maybe it's that Michigan air doing it to them. But
when you go from the high humidity of Florida to the Midwest air, it really does take a difference, especially when you just showed up today. And now Moore moving up front. They blow this play dead, so now it's going to be even a more difficult punt for Newkirk.
Yeah, and it is a little bit chilly today. You know, we'll see what this penalty is, but that is something. You know, last year Lawrence Tech went down to Florida. That's challenging. You know, I got to play a little bit, and any of our games where we're going down south, especially if it was winter time where we were coming from, that's a lot of preparation to get ready for, because everything is different. When you're sweating in your face, everybody doesn't know this, but sweat goes in your eyes when you got that helmet on, and it's hard to breathe with all that equipment.
It was actually an offsides penalty against Lawrence Tech, so that will give Newkirk an even better chance now to try to put this one deep. We show the power. Now that snap, it was mishandled, and this could be a huge opportunity for Lawrence Tech. And it will be a huge turnover on 4th down, and the Blue Devils take control inside the red zone.
Yeah, you gotta like that. Special teams make it a big part of this game right now. I don't know if that was supposed to be a fake, if he meant to snap it to the up back. I wouldn't think so, but it definitely.
That snap went off the body of 94 Curtis Liggett,
Yeah,
the defensive tackle from Jacksonville. That was definitely not by design. That was just a bad snap.
Yeah, I don't think Curtis Liggett was expecting that one. It's tough when you're long snapper. You're trying to snap that ball back as quickly as possible. You got some big boys coming up to hit you after. And hey, Lawrence Tech has to capitalize. Extend their lead here.
So from the 16-yard line, Alex Osman and company trying to add on. Play action. Osman trying to go in the middle, and it's going to be incomplete. That was through a lot of traffic trying to hit Jaden Renbert. He had 2 defenders on him, and now bodies are down. That was a nasty collision right there.
Yeah, it looks like they just kind of collided. Sometimes when you're diving for the ball and you're not looking at your teammates, it can be some friendly fire. And you know, that play, Alex Osman really, that mesh between him and the running back, it seemed like it took forever, because what I think that play was is RPO, run pass option. Quarterback is reading the defense. Running back is reading the defense. They're deciding, are we going to hand the ball off or are we going to pull it and throw it?
In the middle of that collision, that was Devin Grind and Luis Nunez.
Yeah, glad to see him getting out.
So friendly flyer appears none for the worse. So an incomplete pass will set up 2nd down and 10. And we've seen a few times when the defense has made some good stops that the offense could not really convert, try to get into deep enemy territory, but now they're in prime position after that turnover.
Yeah, and they're definitely trying to score. Showed a lot of faith in their quarterback there, letting him throw the ball in the end zone. A little bit of traffic, but he's a gunslinger. Don't forget, Dearborn Fortson, man. His receiver, Antonio Gates Jr., playing at Michigan State now.
3 receivers down to the left. Osman quickly out. He's got Robinette. Robinette trying to gain some yards, and he powers his way inside the 10, and he's going to be right at the mark to gain, and it's a 1st and goal opportunity for Lawrence Tech.
Mature play there. Saw that he had a little bit of cushion. One of his top receivers there. Got him the ball as quickly as possible and let the athletes be athletes.
Fresh set of downs. Good set of opportunities here. Plenty of options to go to does Alex Osman have.
And they're going with a 2 tight end look here. Obviously, they're a running team. They want this clock to be as low as it can while scoring a touchdown. That's their goal right now.
Approaching 7 minutes left to go here in this back and forth game. They give it to Davidson. Davidson is able to gain a few up to the 6. And it'll be 2nd down and goal.
I love this offensive line. I'm starting to like them even more and more. I'm a former running back here, and when you see the zone blocking, and they look like they are in a dance. They're all going together, and we can see that here with the offensive line, all moving at the same level, same pace.
Second down and 7. Osman looking that far side. He's got the deep man, and he's got Jaden Rembert. Rembert with the touchdown, and the Blue Devils extend.
Yeah, I'm gonna take that one, says Mr. Osman, and he found his athlete. That was a great play right there. Great play design. Yeah, it looks like almost like a crossing. It looks like the 2 receivers may have crossed paths. I don't know. I didn't see a pick there, but put the ball where only his receiver could catch it. That's a great drive, man. Capitalizing.
Vincent Robison, a little trouble with the snap, and he just barely gets it through. That was a little bit shaky there, but Robison gets it through. And LTU extends their lead 21-13. What a turnaround for this offense after week 1.
They seem like they're clicking. Hey, we had a little bit of musical chairs with the quarterbacks, and they went with the hot hand. Alex Osman, he's been playing really well. I thought that was a great ball. He is more of a thrower, and they trusted him. You got to be excited if you're Lawrence Tech right now. But the game's not over.
6:15 left to go. This gyring offense has been on the go for pretty much the entire game, but a couple of miscues. The turnover battle has been won in favor of Lawrence Tech, and they've been able to capitalize in the crucial moments. But now, like Coach Mitchell said to Liz Kuhn earlier, we got to finish.
Mm-hmm. Yep. A couple things he mentioned before the game. He said turnover battle, got to win that. He said capitalize on mistakes. I think they've been doing that. One thing that they haven't gotten yet is cutting down their own mistakes. But, hey, it's a long season. So far, I have been very impressed with how much they have improved between week 1 and week 2.
And so much so, a win here tonight would be the best thing in the world for this team going into a bye week. Because when you have a bye week that early, how crucial is it?
Yeah, going to get the players to, heal up their bodies. And I saw the fair catch there. That's a new rule in football.
And it will be a touchback, so this will go back to the 25 with Jenkins making the catch. But to finish your quote, you got an early bye week. Does that play in favor of your team or not?
I don't like bye weeks, just because as a player, as a coach, it's like, hey, that's distractions. Things can happen. There's there's so many, momentum is such a powerful thing in this sport, but I think right now, happening this early in the season, what's nice for Lawrence Tech is I can see a big change between week 1, week 2. Week 1, Indiana Wesleyan, that's top 10 teams in the country, right? So they're answering well now. They'll be able to watch film, heal up their bodies, but game's not over again. So they didn't drive or fly in from Florida to lose.
Leach, he's got a man open for him. He's did not overshoot him. And there is a flag in the backfield. And this could be a roughing the passer call. The flags have been flying for most of this game, and really much even on both sides.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. These guys, they practice. In college football, you are practicing every single day of the year. If you don't have a practice, you're lifting weights. Everything is football. So, and there's only how many games a year? 10, 20, 10, 15 if you're lucky. So you have 10 chances to actually play outside of practice, and you see a free shot on a quarterback. How am I as a coach going to tell you, hey, slow down. It's tough, but you really have to keep your head on your shoulders, not commit penalties like that.
Now the officials are discussing, maybe they'll probably waive this off. That would be a break for Lawrence Tech, but Ave Maria's case, they want to take as many shots as they're given.
And Lige, I know he hasn't been connecting on some of these passes, but I do like what he's seen. I think that was the right decision. He saw a matchup that he liked. Linebacker on one of his favorite targets, and he likes those teardrops over the head.
It was a targeting call.
Ooh.
And that is a really terrible call, and it will be an ejection. So no replay needed with that one right there.
Yeah, that hurts. One of their best players, Devin Isaac there. That's another tough one. I'm grateful that I was done playing football by the time targeting penalties came out, because I probably would have been kicked out of most games. That's how I played football, very physical, and it's hard to get your head out of there.
We'll see right here. This is way after the play was over. Here comes Isaac. There's the throw.
They're looking at his head. What does his head do? Is it
leading with the crown? Boy, that's a very tough angle right there, but yet to the neck or head area is part of the call. Yes. So for the moment, Devin Isaac heads off the field.
It's a big hit. Mr. Lige is glad he's okay. Those penalties are in place to protect the players. And you don't want to slow up, because that's also where injuries can happen. But hey, you got to make lemonade with the lemons.
They're going to give it to Chester. And he's going to be brought down after a gain of 5. We saw Devin Isaac leave the field. So one of the more huge losses on the defense. Here's play action. Lige. And he's going to be brought down. What a tackle in the backfield. Michael White.
See, the good thing is for Lawrence Tech, when you have that many defensive linemen who can sub in and out, they're okay. Look at Mr. White. Oh, he just got in the inside of the blocker there. It looks like it may have been number 77. Is that at a mismatch there, where he got into his shoulders, an easy separation there for the faster and defensive end there.
3rd down and 12. Leach trying to get it out quickly, and he does find Newkirk, and he's going to be marked down a couple of yards short. That was Jenkins, rather. So the offense remains out there for this 4th down play.
That was a smart play. Chunk yards. Make the 4th down a little bit easier to make. Convert.
Defense has come with some good stops. Again, another empty backfield. And Avon Mitchell's going to call a timeout. He probably noticed something off. His defensive coordinator instincts must have been talking to him.
Yeah, I think that's a smart timeout. this is a crucial play. 4th down. Got a lot of guys who didn't start in the ball game. Let's make sure we're all on the same page. Sometimes when you're running, the offense runs a tempo that fast, the defense has a hard time communicating the plays in, right? So the defensive leaders, if you got senior leaders out there who know football as if you're a coach, then they can help direct the other players. I would say, guys, when in doubt, as long as you guys are all on the same page, we have a better chance of stopping them than if, hey, you don't ask and one of you is running cover 1 and the other one is doing zone.
So 4:40 left to go. LTU 21-13. The Gyrenes would need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to try to tie this thing up. And they're trying to do that.
Yeah, Lawrence Tech's defense has really stepped up in this second half, not letting in a score here. And again, this offense in the first quarter was marching the ball down the field. They were moving so fast. So we know they have the explosiveness, and it's only one touchdown away, plus the going for 2, but it's not out of reach.
A 1-score, even 2-score game could never be out of reach.
Yeah, you got down here towards the bottom of the field, running back on a linebacker, just trying to make it 10-on-10 game instead of 11-on-11.
And this is going to be a free play, and that ball is knocked away, but they had LTU offsides.
Yep, got him. Smart play. Experienced quarterback, played in the playoffs last year under high pressure situations. This is nothing new for him. You got some young guys in at defensive line, want to make a name for themselves, and honestly just want to stop them and close the game out.
Just got a little bit too antsy on their end. So now 1st down inside Lawrence Tech territory at the 48.
It's an exciting ball game, folks.
They're going to give it to Chester. Chester has had a good day, and he continues on that parade as he gets knocked down 3 yards short.
Yeah, Donald Chester, big running back, sophomore out of Orlando.
They're going to keep with the tempo. They're going to give it to Chester again. And Chester continues to move forward, and he's got the 1st down.
Yeah, his style of running, he's getting the ball in the backfield. He's kind of like an I formation running back, but he's making it work.
Leach really wants to get this ball out and try to continue marching down the field. Play action. Leach going for it all. And he's got Jenkins. Jenkins makes the catch with the flags. And it's going to be 1st and goal for the Gyrenes.
Yeah, I'm wondering if they're calling defensive pass interference there. John Webster, he had his head hanging low after that. Don't be upset about that. That looked like tight coverage. You see right, oh yeah. Yep.
That is an absolute wrap around the waist.
Hey, you know what? What I'm thinking there is I am either going to get a touchdown up or I'm going to do a pass interference. I think that was, sometimes if you're beat like that, we'll take the penalty, and at least the clock keeps ticking, but that's a tough one. Hey, these guys, they're explosive. They went back to that high tempo. Ref, they're ready to go. Ref's just getting away from the ball now.
1st and goal, Ave Maria. Run pass option, they're gonna throw it in, and there's Brock Summers for the touchdown, and the Gyrenes are back in it.
Yep, don't look now, but it's a 3-point game. No, 2-point game. It's that Cincinnati education there for me. But that was a great play, getting it to his tight end there. Again, play action, set it up, and he just leaked out. Looked like he actually faked blocking. That's a hard play to stop. Got some confusion here.
More confusion, and now Avon Mitchell was forced to call his last time out. Now that's twice in this half, as we take a look at our replay in which Avon Mitchell's had to use it for the defense.
Yeah, let's see here. Rolling out. Easy pass. Yep, easy pass and catch there. You know, but again, they could have just had that long score if they wouldn't have had the interference. Either way, it counts as a touchdown, but you did get a couple more seconds tick off the clock. Now we'll see what happens here if that works in Lawrence Tech's favor or not.
You almost probably think that with a penalty on a 2-point conversion, it's not like they're going to automatically give you the points.
Yeah.
Just probably play on the 1 yard line.
Hey, they can do that same exact play because they basically they were at the 3 yard line, which would be where they're going for the 2 anyway. So beautiful moon overlooking us, and I would say this: the fans here, it was worth the price of admission. It's been a good game.
Everybody enjoying their Labor Day weekend, going into it, enjoying some college football all day and every single weekend from here on out. So now a huge 2-point conversion play would tie things up.
And if we look at the offensive linemen, look at their splits. Look how tight they are. If your defense, that's saying we're going to run, but that's what they showed last play too.
2 receivers stacked up to the right. They put a man in motion. He's going to go in motion. That one's thrown up for grabs, and it's going to be out of bounds and incomplete. But there's a flag thrown on the field, and it's going to be against Lawrence Tech, so this play will be redone.
Wow, Brady Snyder almost saved the day there. That was a great play by the linebacker, sophomore out of Bloomfield Hills. He really shot through the gap, caused a poor throw, but let's see what the penalty is.
Far side officials said it was a hold on Lawrence Tech. So again, the Gyrenes will have another opportunity. And now we also have a targeting call against Ave Maria. The penalty's offset, and the 2-point conversion will do it again. So two targeting calls. So now we do it again.
Lucky break right there for the offense.
It was not targeting on that last play. They're going to throw it up again for grabs, and it's going to be caught in the end zone. And there is Mackenzie Alabra.
Yep, Brody Snyder said, hey, you're not messing up my night. I caused the big play on that last one. I'm going to do it again. It's not going to count in the stat book because it was on the extra point, but he caused that interception. That's 3. That's 3.
3 interceptions put on by the Blue Devils, 2 of them by Mackenzie Alabra, and none probably huger than that on a 2-point conversion try for a possible tie game. But now the defense has made a couple of great stops.
Yeah, look at that penetration right there. When you got a quarterback throwing the ball with both feet in the air, you know it's going to be up for grabs. Hey.
As I correct myself there, partner, that penalty was not a targeting call, but it was still a hold. So either way, the penalty's offset, and so therefore they just redo the play again.
And when you get 2 chances at it, that's hard on the defense to stop. That's offense is usually able to do it. But these boys up front, they've been doing a great job. See number 59, Brady Snyder right there, number 20. I love the hustle that I've been seeing from everybody.
In the case of Brody Snyder, the redshirt sophomore, he's made a huge impact going into the second half. Again, more young guys getting into the action.
Yep, and as you go into the bye week, obviously that's awesome. Anytime you can get underclassmen to start stepping up, you're going into a season much more prepared. Hey, so it's not a 1-point game like last year, but still close.
Still is close indeed. Christian Broden back deep. DePaula to send this away. Line drive. Broden is going to let this bounce. He's going to pick it up and try to make a good return out of this. And he is going to be brought down right at the 20. So it works out regardless of a pretty good field position.
Yeah, we saw right there. It looked like they were ready for an onside kick, but they booted it down out. It's a tight field position. Looks like, Ave Maria has 3 timeouts left. Lawrence Tech has 0.
So plenty of strategic options to do if you're Joe Patterson, especially if you get the ball back for one more possession.
Yeah, a coach with that much experience.
27 years.
27 years of coaching. I think he knows a thing or two about this game. So that's smart that he's still got those timeouts. And, you know, as a coach, you usually don't want to end a game with timeouts left. Lawrence Tech has none.
So Alex Osman back in. He's going to give it to C.J. Davidson, and Davidson makes a good run, and he's going to be a yard short.
Great burst. Great burst, great hole. That's what Lawrence Tech needs to do on this drive.
Davidson's been rather quiet, and the defense for the Gyrenes have kept him contained. And it's really been the receivers that have done most of the damage throughout this game for Lawrence Tech.
Yeah, you know, coming into the game, I'm sure if they had any indication that Caleb Gardner was not going to start, their mindset was, if we stop the run, we can win the game. Well, they still can, and they have stopped the run, but the quarterbacks have really stepped it up here for Lawrence Tech.
2nd down and 1. They give it to Davidson again, and he's going to get the 1st down and a few more. He keeps powering his way. He will not give up the fight, and he will win it, and he keeps on going, and he's in the Gyrene territory. What a run by C.J. Davidson.
Very Earl Campbell-esque right there. I was waiting for his jersey to get torn away. Look at this. Perfect, keeping the ball tight, keeping his one arm going, and just there. Look, that's what happens when the defense is trying to strip the ball. Really, the defense is going for the ball there, and that's what you got to do when you're down. I love it.
It is now officially a clock game because we're going down to 2 minutes. And Lawrence Tech, they're going to try and milk it as much as they can. And this might force Joe Patterson to use a timeout or two here.
That's what you want if you're Lawrence Tech.
They're going to give it to Davidson again. He got tripped up early on. He must have ran into somebody's leg.
Yeah, I think they're lucky that he did, too, because he saw a little crease. Still got a couple yards.
Just keep the ball moving forward. And it appears that Joe Patterson has used his first timeout, so that is exactly what Lawrence Tech won as we're under 2 minutes left in this ball game. What a resilient effort by the Blue Devils this time around.
Yeah, they have really stepped it up, and this is a character drive right here. Offensive line, got a lot of older upperclassmen in there, and we have the school's leading rusher of all time, and now is their time to really step it up. Help your quarterback out, get him that first victory, close the game out. But it's hard to do against a well-coached team like Ave Maria.
1 minute, 53 seconds left to go. On a 2nd down play is really tough to manage. And you being now a coach of your own, if you want to manage it via the timeouts, you got to think of how the play goes and then decide.
Yeah, you know, I mean, they're probably going to run the ball here. I would say maybe see if we can get a couple yards. If we can get the first, obviously great, but ball security, ball security, ball security. Very important here.
2 receivers down to the left.
They might throw it.
Play action. Osman, and he's going to be brought down in the backfield. A sack for loss. And that was Dreson Boney.
Great play. But again, did they call a timeout? Yeah. So, because, you know, it still counts as a run. The clock still ticks.
So Joe Patterson, the head coach for Ave Maria, uses his 2nd timeout. 1 remaining on now 3rd down and 14. So now this really gets interesting because if the defense does make a stop, do you risk using that last timeout for the 4th down punt play?
This is a lot of coaching at its finest, because it's not just 3 yards in a cloud of dust. You really have to be a thinker. You got to think all these things through. What would happen if we decided to throw the ball and it's incompletion? What do? Clock stops. Now it's, do we punt? Do we go for it? Where do we give them the ball? Do we run the ball and try to milk the clock, try to force them to use their last timeout? This is it's a coaching battle. It's been this way the whole game. Timeouts left and right by each team to stop the other. And defenses they haven't had a poor game by Ave Maria. You know, they've been having they've been stepping up big time, but ball in the hands of a freshman quarterback. He's been doing well so far. Couple mistakes I'm sure he'd like back, but
trying to figure out who can outlast each other.
Yeah.
Only the second matchup between these two teams, but they're playing each other this time around like they've been facing each other a long time.
I feel like there's a little bit of a rivalry getting started here.
Especially when you combine the leagues. You got the WAC conference, and you also got the Sun conference. And now we have a discussion put on by the officials. The line judge now going out to the referee. Avon Mitchell probably has an argument of some sort.
Yeah, you know, he just wants this game to end now.
Probably noticed something out of the sorts with the offense of Ave Maria and wants them to check over. What do you think's going for the mind right here?
Yeah, you know, I don't know. The refs have, you know, their arms are probably tired from the amount of flags they've thrown today, and it's you know, I'm not saying there were poor flags either. I think that, you know, it's been a busy game for them, and they've been involved a lot. Clearly, you know, it's probably clock, how much time's on the clock. It might be where the ball is.
Ball placement or something with the starting line.
Yeah,
and Mitchell's getting hot. He's really getting into it. Something on the defensive side.
Oh, I think it sounds like they might be arguing about the timeouts.
It might be.
Look, I mean, in a game this tight, every second, every inch, everything matters.
Whether maybe the officials lost track of the timeouts and maybe Ave Maria must have used their last. That could be the only argument put into place because Avon Mitchell, he is very livid in trying to plead his case.
Yeah, we're pretty sure our stellar crew here up in the booth has it right if they need help. Yeah,
the discussion continues. This could be a crucial moment if the officials. I can almost read the lips, even though Joan tried to. He says, "Yeah, I see one timeout left." So yeah, the discussion was about the amount of timeouts. I think Avon Mitchell must have said they don't have none yet, but the officials on the field say Ave Maria has one more timeout. So after that very crucial discussion, because if anything, Avon Mitchell wants to win this game so bad, and he's trying to get every single angle, as does every single head coach. So now a crucial 3rd down and 14. 1:47 left to go in what has been a very entertaining game on a Saturday night. They're going to give it to Davidson. Davidson, he found a crease, and he's going to be brought down and gains a lot of yards. And Joe Patterson is going to call his final timeout.
And that's why he argued it. You know, he wanted to make sure. Right now, the scoreboard in the stadium shows that they still have timeouts.
The clock was not running on that play. The entire sideline of Lawrence Tech, we have it running here, but on the field, on the stadium.
Yeah, the Jumbotron is showing 1 minute and 45 seconds. It's also showing 3 timeouts left for Ave Maria. You folks back at home have the luxury of our crew here who's got it right. It's about what we're showing is, we just adjusted it 1:45 here.
Now this could be interesting too, because now it's up to the decision of the officials of how much time was taken off. And now I've seen them only marked down 2 seconds to 1:43. So now this is an official timeout on the field to try to discuss how much time was taken off. At this point, what else can happen?
Yeah.
We've had clock management, we've had timeout discussions, we've had turnovers, we've had big plays after big plays, defensive stops. We've gotten the whole variety here tonight, and this is week number 2.
Yeah. Defense is just thinking, hey guys, can we just, let's close this game out, please, please. But every single second, as we saw with Ave Maria, they can march the ball down the field quick. So this is crucial. You have to. This is why you have to win by more than the refs have an impact on anything. They're human as well. There's a lot going on. It's hard.
So for the moment, it's 1 minute 43 seconds remaining in this ball game. And it's 4th down, and Carter Dixon, nobody back. So Dixon trying to pin this down deep. They rush him, and he does get hit on the leg. No flag is thrown. There is a flag on the far side, and they try to keep it inbounds, and they do. Great coverage down the field by the LTU.
If that counts, that is an amazing punt.
I think they're saying that it went across the line, and it's a touchback, but there was a flag thrown about the 43-yard line of Ave Maria. We'll take a look here. It was thrown right there, so they may be offsides against Ave Maria. They let the play go on. A lot has happened.
Yeah, it looks like it maybe touched the line there. Great play, though. Great effort.
So the official on the field, it is a false start against Lawrence Tech. So it's going to be first down from the 25, and Ave Maria is going to get another chance.
John, I'm stressing out over here, man. This is tough. This is tough, man. It is. Gotta clean those up. We're gonna have a bye week. Lawrence Tech is a bye week to be able to clean up some of these penalties here, but they gotta just close this game. Ave Maria is grateful. They want every second that's left.
So a minute 33 left, and Ave Maria's in the same scenario because they have the long trip back, even though they flew up here. But then they have a bye week as well because their next game is going to be on the road in Texas, and they're traveling out there for that. And then the week after, they start their conference play at home.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them really pick it up in the second half of the season. That's a tough way to start the season on the road. Long distances to Michigan, then to Texas, and these teams already have a game under their belt. But they're not repunting. They'll get the ball on the 25. It looks like.
And it appears so. That offensive line is set. Empty backfield. Andrew Leach has plenty of receiver options.
93 seconds.
So it's been a pretty heavy defensive game for Lawrence Tech, and they're looking to end it that way. They rush the corners, a little dump pass. There's Sawyer, and Sawyer, the ball came loose, and it's going to be pummeled on. Lawrence Tech regains it.
No flags.
And that is John Webster, who comes away with it.
Let's see what happens here.
So there's the catch.
Look, he's got his blockers out in front of him. Ooh, got his head right on the ball.
Right there is John Webster to come away with it.
Turnover again. That's another one. And look, when you're on offense, a lot of times when you're trying to, you got to get out of bounds, got to have ball security. That's a tough one, but good job by Lawrence Tech. It's a big play. Now don't fumble the snap.
That was the third fumble forced by Lawrence Tech, and check that, number 4 actually. 4 fumbles. One was on a punt snap, and then that one was on a dropped one. And they're going to bring it up, and they're going to take a knee in victory formation. No timeouts for anybody. As we let you all know at home, join us on September 16th as your Blue Devils welcome in the University of St. Francis out of Illinois. Kickoff is at noon on the Lawrence Tech Sports Network. You can also watch the game on WNYD TV 20. What a turnaround for Lawrence Tech.
This has to feel so good for Alex Osman, for the coaching staff here at Lawrence Tech. They worked so hard for this victory. It was not an easy one. Didn't give it to them, but built a lot of character. I think these are things that building blocks to build your team on.
They're going to take a delay game penalty to let more time go off, and this is where it all happens. And like I mentioned, this has been a defensive showing for Lawrence Tech. A huge improvement. Last week, the final score was 56-7. To turn it around and hold an opponent to within 3, hold them within 1 for majority of the game. This was needed for this program.
Yeah, they really stepped up here. Leaders made big plays. The young guys made big plays. And you know, when you lose a game like that in the first game, a lot of times you're just looking for how's my team going to respond? What's the character like of my team? They responded pretty well. Outside of that, it's you don't like seeing that.
I mean, flag is thrown for unsportsmanlike conduct as Devon Bentley was celebrating and he spiked the football, and Coach Mitchell's letting him have it.
Yeah, that's not Coach Mitchell's style, but hey, these kids are excited, man. First win of the season, let's go. They got a bye week coming up. Game's not over still, but hey, for the most part, got to be proud of your boys. There's room for improvement.
And there's a lot of things to learn as well, because we've seen the penalties pile up, probably more so on the Lawrence Tech side, and that was probably unnecessary enough.
Yeah, and I'm kind of just sitting here wondering. We've seen some pretty good quarterback play from Lawrence Tech here. Going into a bye week, competition is not a bad thing. I think they have good options all around, no matter who their quarterback is, but Alex Osmond stepped up big time second half. It's been a good game. It's exciting to watch.
They're going to let the clock wind down. And round 2 between LTU and Ave Maria. It goes to the Blue Devils, and they've evened up their season at a win and a loss apiece. What a turnaround for head coach Devon Mitchell and his squad. As after being purely dominated last week, 56-7, a turnaround of the defense and a huge offensive showing by freshman quarterback Alex Osman. This was definitely the turnaround in which they needed.
Yeah, a lot of people stepped up. I thought the defense really made a statement today. That's going to be some film that all of their opponents are going to watch, and they're going to look at each player that stepped up, making big plays, not quitting. The conditioning that they had to have been in, because that was fast. That's good job, Coach. Congratulations. And good job, Ave Maria. Glad there weren't any big injuries. They're going to fly home. It's going to be a tough flight back home to Florida, but what a game.
Still a very tough division, a very tough conference, and for them to make this travel all the way up and play a really great and tough football game, this is probably the best showing that we've seen for a while. And definitely the showing on both sides. Ave Maria going to their far side. Lawrence Tech faithful piling up in front of the home crowd.
Yeah, good crowd out here, and look, they're celebrating. Get the traditions going.
And as you see right there, Caleb Gardner, even though he didn't play in this one, he was a leader all the way around, on and off the field. And just one thing, and you, John Goble, as a player, being a former player at the University of Cincinnati, after taking a tough loss like that last week, and a huge response like that, walk through the mind of what's going for these guys right now.
Yeah, I'm sure practice was not a blast this past week. They probably had to grind through. Probably got yelled at a decent amount, but they respond well. They watched film. They were hard on themselves, and it paid off.
LTU faithful going on with the marching band, playing that fight song.
There's nothing like this here.
One of the best traditions going on in college football is definitely the celebration of their fight songs at the end of the night, and this was definitely needed.
Yeah, that's one of those things, it's silly, but when you get to sing the fight song to your crowd, to the people who showed up for you, that's rooting you on, and you can do that and celebrate together. It's a beautiful thing. It makes you never want to do it after a loss again. And so hopefully they can build on this. And I think they showed some stuff that they can build on. They have a lot of opportunities to grow, and they got 2 weeks. They got 2 weeks to do it.
Final stat line on Alex Osman, who showed up today. 11 out of 15, 173 yards, 2 touchdown passes. As we look to be setting it down to the field. In a moment, Elizabeth Kuhn will be standing by with a couple of interviewees. One of those being Devon Mitchell and a couple of players to be named.
Yeah, they're probably busy celebrating.
Hey, fellas, listen up. I need everybody in. All right, listen up, fellas. We talked about a few things this week and a couple things today. We talked about diligence this week. Being diligent, honoring this great game of football. Today, we talked about perseverance. Guys, we talked about that. We talked about persevering and fighting through different obstacles and challenges. It's a huge challenge we just had, fellas. But you guys had grit. You rose up. You rose up, fellas. You showed what you were good at to do today. A lot of highs and lows. We did not ride the roller coaster. We bared down and we made it happen. That's hats off to you guys. Congratulations to you guys for the work you put in. Clap it out. Clap it out. That's a great team win, man. It's a great team win. It's a very good ball club right there. Very good club. It took determination, diligence, perseverance, fight, grit. That's what we needed. Enjoy this, fellas. Enjoy this night. It's like I tell you guys all the time, it's hard to win a college football game. It's a fight. That's what we did. Punch them in the mouth, like we talked about it. Punch them in the mouth. Over and over and over and over and over and over again. Let's go, man. Great work. Guys, you understand what we got going on. Be smart tonight, fellas. Be smart tonight. I do not want to get an email or a phone call, fellas. Be smart tonight. Protect the team. Protect the team at all costs. Yes, sir. Above all else, the brotherhood. Yes, sir. Turn in your uniforms, your game day jersey. Everything will be at the bottom of the ramp. All right. Make sure you guys leave the locker room better than how you got it. Your food is available for you at the normal tailgate lot. The normal lot, fellas. It's over there waiting on you right now. All right. It's two men per pizza. 2 men per pizza. Make sure you guys get over there. Tomorrow we're back in the building. We got a condensed day, as we already talked about, going to a bye. It's great to go into a bye with a dub, fellas. 1-0. 1-0. Back in the building, take care of your bodies. We'll get this put to rest. We'll get some rest, and we'll get ready for the rest of the season. Yes, everybody understand that? Yes, great work, man. Great work. Great work. Great work.
Yeah. As we listened into the post-game speech by head coach Von Mitchell, talk to me about a player experience of a type of speech like that.
Coach Mitchell is top class. Lawrence Tech is lucky to have a man like that. You know, what a leader. It's something I love. You could tell he was preaching those things all week. You asked me what was it like for them in between games. Well, I can tell you this. When the whole team, when he says, hey, guys, we're going to punch him in the mouth, over, and then the whole team goes, over and over and over. Yeah, well, they did, and they listened to their coach. And that's a great team win, as he said. Now they got some time to rest, heal up, and get back at it in 2 weeks.
2 weeks is a long time. 2 weeks to prepare for more football, especially on September 16th. And I should mention probably at home that during the halftime, the class of 1973 is going to be celebrating 50 years of a class here at Lawrence Tech. So a lot to celebrate. Celebrate with Lawrence Tech winning today. Now they even up their record overall at 1-1. And what a response, especially by the defense. Beautiful night at Lawrence Tech. Beautiful night in Southfield. Some great football weather. It was just only cloudy skies. You know, we're under the lights.
Yep, great team victory. Got to be happy with that one for Lawrence Tech.
Yeah. Talking about more just the college football atmosphere. And now we're going to toss it down to the field. Standing by with head coach Von Mitchell, it's Elizabeth Kuhn. Liz.
Hey guys, we're here with Coach Mitchell. What a battle out there. 0's on the clock. How good did that one feel?
It felt amazing. It felt amazing. Quite similar to our game with them last year. We lost 25-26, and that's a very good ball club, as I told our team. But just to see our guys' perseverance, their grit, their determination, and their diligence to the game tonight, it was just great to see. Great to win. I'm happy for them.
Absolutely, and the energy was incredible in the stadium. You know, how important was that to push you forward and be able to finish?
It's massive, just to kind of get their earshot of your loved ones, your friends, you know, supporting us through the highs and lows, the ebbs and flows of the game. We need that. There's nothing like no place like home.
Yeah, absolutely. And you talked about how important it was, the team win. You know, just speak a little bit about that.
We needed every phase. We needed every phase and every man on this sideline, every man on the field to put into this win. If we don't have us all, we don't win this football game. So I'm just so proud of our guys for doing what they did tonight.
Yeah. Well, congratulations, Coach. Go celebrate. Thank you.
So much. Thank you.
Liz, and we'll have a few more interviews lined up. And one of the guys down there, and that is Jaden Renbert. So we send it back down to Liz once more. Liz?
Good. Hey guys, here with Jaden Renbert. You were able to score that touchdown in the fourth quarter. Just walk me through that moment.
Yeah, you know, we game plan a lot of things. You know, our coach trusts us to make these plays, and our O-line just makes the plays for us. Everything just comes together. That's the most beautiful thing about football, right? I mean, it's a read that we have. You know, when I run that bubble outside, they come down on the safety, and it just basically leaves that corner of the end zone wide open. It's a big goal line play for us. So, yeah, it's just executing what we do in practice every day. So it's just practice showing up.
Absolutely. And you got the win at home. How much more sweet does that make it?
In front of everybody, just seeing the crowd. I got to, at the end of the game, got to, you know, rile them up a little bit. I'll tell you what, it's nothing better than winning in front of the people that you cherish and that you hang out with every day, that you love, even your family. So, yeah, it's big to win at home.
Yeah.
It's big to win anyway, but
exactly,
at home especially.
Yeah, and you were able to celebrate after the game with your teammates. Just how amazing was that to do that at home?
I'll tell you what, that's our first time of the season singing that fight song. So many more. That's all I'll say. It's the first of many. It's a win. It's a big win. We're going to celebrate it tonight. We're going to have a good time, but Sunday morning is back to work, you know?
Absolutely, yeah. Enjoy this one. Congratulations.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you again, Liz. And now we're going to be sending it back down to her once again with probably the star of the game.
Okay, hold on. Sorry. Hey guys, we're here with Alex Osman. Now, this was your first start as a freshman quarterback. You know, just walk me through that moment, those first couple of plays. How are you feeling?
First off, I want to thank God for giving me everything. Without Him, none of this would be possible. As far as the game went, I mean, big boys up front making plays, protecting me the whole time. Receivers, I knew they were going to make plays for me. Honestly, this first start, I couldn't have done without my teammates, you know.
Yeah, and we saw Caleb down there supporting you the entire game. You know, how important was that?
Oh, 100%. He's a great leader. He leads the team beautifully. I mean, just being in the same room with him, learning from him, working with him every day, competing every day in practice, it makes me better, makes him better, makes Ricardo better. I mean, all of us together. I mean, we can't be stopped.
Yeah. And you had a little bit of a roller coaster of a game coming in, coming out. You know, how were you able to keep your composure and get the job done?
Just knowing my time was going to come. I mean, just sticking to the game plan, having faith in the guys to make plays. I mean, honestly, they made me look good tonight, for real.
Yeah. Well, go enjoy this one. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you, Liz. Plenty of interviews, plenty of great stuff. So that's going to wrap up our broadcast on the LTU Sports Network. For John Goebel and John Snow, we say so long from Southfield.
This Lawrence Tech Athletics broadcast is brought to you by Chevy. Your Metro Detroit Chevy dealers are proud to be the automotive sponsor of LTU Athletics. Chevy drives the Motor City. Henry Ford Sports Medicine treats the whole athlete. To make an appointment, visit henryford.com/athletes. And Michigan First Credit Union. Michigan First offers a full range of financial products and services, including checking accounts, mobile deposits, student loans, and car loans. Visit michiganfirst.com for details.